All right, chat. It's finally time. Don't ask me any questions, ladies and gentlemen. Don't ask, guys. It is time for Toast and Coffee number 12, ladies and gentlemen. I know that looked like 21 to you guys. There, 12. Chat, it has been like a month, maybe a month and a half since the last Toast and Coffee, and now we begin again. We got three, let me double check. Do we have anybody? Oh, yes, we got three lovely guests joining us today, chat room. We'll let them introduce themselves as I give them the ability to be seen on the screen, chat. So hold on. Let me unmute these fellas. I got to warn them. All right, this is the part where I unmute you guys, and it's awkward. So, like, yeah, get ready. All right, chat, they're going to get unmuted. Here we go, boys. Hold on. Okay, you guys are unmuted. Say hi. They can't see you yet.
Hello.
And this is how the whole podcast is going to be. Voices only. All right, hold on.
Ooh.
All right. Carry the stream. I just ended my stream, apparently. Carry the stream for me. Dahlia, introduce yourself. Start. I got to fix shit. Apparently, I just ended stream, so help the carry.
Rip.
This is the part where you carry.
Man, I don't know. I'm really short. I'm a bad carry.
You got to help me out. You got to help me out. Introduce yourself. Say something. You got to say something. Help.
So I started licking, and hey everybody, I'm Black Dahlia 42.
She finally joined us. Yes. She's All right, so tell us a little about yourself. Let us know who you are, what you represent, and what you do, and what you stream, and stuff.
Well, I represent myself, and all thoughts are mine and mine. No, I'm kidding. I've been streaming intermittently, nothing consistent at the moment, but I do stream a lot of jump scare games, and I've been really strung on Ori and the Blind Forest. So if you like checking that out and hearing someone yammer and talk about random shit all over it, feel free to come hang out.
My favorite's the pause and talk about something, and then some movement, and then the talk about stuff. That's the main appeal, though. I like it. It's cozy. It's a good stream. Check her out. All right, we'll pass it off to myself. I'm Taller Toast. We'll pass it off to Merowyn. Merowyn, introduce yourself and help carry the stream while I get your names up.
Hello, guys. I'm Marilyn. I stream occasionally, trying to get better about a schedule. Lately, we've been doing some Don't Starve Together. We're also playing through The Last of Us 2, which is actually my boyfriend playing while I sit on the couch and drink beer and watch. It's very exciting.
Sounds like a good time. Sounds good.
Yep. Still doing some D&D streams every other Wednesday, and DBD every now and then. So there you go.
Oh yeah, that game. Yeah, we play it sometimes. Yeah. Okay, Joe, what about you, man? You want to help carry the stream? No, she's a fantastic streamer. Go check her out. I'm doing like an intro shout out. Joe, help carry now. You're the last carry. Help.
Hi, I'm Wizrobe Joe. I am the mage. I don't have any armor. I can't tank. I can't carry.
It's true.
I just stand in one place and soak up the raid damage.
It's true.
That's right. I'm a druid. I'll heal you.
Woo!
I'm a rogue. I'm gonna aggro everything.
Hell yeah! I'm Wizrobe Joe. I'm flying through space.
Dude, he's been at warp speed since before the stream. He's been at warp speed like that the entire time I've been setting this up. He is traveling, boy.
He's going far. He's going places.
I've actually been to that rock and back like 30 times already. No big deal.
It's too easy. All right, I'm almost done setting everything up. So we'll just start off. I don't feel like talking about DBD. I'm sure, like, of us four, I'm probably the one that plays it. I probably play quadruple everyone's hours. So we'll just move on to something. Yes. So we'll just get it out of the way since, I mean, it is kind of relevant. And it's starting to spread, and it's pandemic time. It's Corona season part 2 Electric Boogaloo. So how are we feeling, I guess? We'll just start off light and just go into it as we go. We kind of predicted this. I think all of us kind of knew this was going to happen. Like, I think in the last podcast we talked about it. And, yeah, now, like, it's kind of surreal because for me, at least in Missouri, things are just staying open. The parks painted over the arrows indicating social distancing only going one direction. All the restaurants are opening up. And yet we have, like, an ever-growing second wave of this, and it's kind of crazy. Schools are opening. It's pandemonium. What do we got? How are we feeling about all this? Where are we standing on this?
Well, our state is at phase 3 of reopening, which means that they are having people come into restaurants to sit down and not wear masks, but they keep them like 2 tables apart. Um, it's interesting seeing that and like having to go inside to pick up food and just seeing like people sitting around without masks eating, and I'm like, ooh, stay away, please. But yeah, it's definitely been interesting to see, and there are so many people fighting it that it's ridiculous. Like my girlfriend works a job, and her boss just took a vacation, and he was, like the rule in Chicago is like if you go on vacation you have to quarantine for 2 weeks, and he was trying to like get past that. Like he was fighting all the people trying to get past that, and they finally just said like, no, you have to stay home for 2 weeks. You're quarantined.
That's
So
good.
it's good that there are people making an effort to keep everybody safe, but there
Yeah.
are so many people fighting against it that it's ridiculous.
Right.
I mean, it's crazy. Like in Missouri, there will be a lot of places that'll be like, wear a mask to enter. So you'll see people bust the mask out the back pocket, put it on, open the door, take it right back off. It's just like, dude, the amount of ignorance is insane on it. Like, no matter, it shouldn't have been politicized in the first place, but it's like, no matter how you stand on it, dude, like wearing them, it's like, it's not that hard to do, dude. Especially if you're just in a business, wear it, take it off when you're out. Jesus Christ. Just the basics of it.
Dude, businesses specifically, the videos that I've seen of like employees trying to enforce the mask thing, like I remember one video specifically stuck out where it was like this old man trying to force his way into a Walmart and he wasn't wearing a mask, and it was like this big dude was working for Walmart and he's trying to block the guy's path, and the guy is like trying to threaten to punch him. This dude is like Terrence's size, Cody. This guy is Terrence's size, and the old man was like my size. And he's trying to threaten this big guy just so he could go into a Walmart without a mask.
Yeah,
Who's Terrence? Who's Terrence for the 99% of people watching that don't know who you just name dropped? You gotta be a little less specific with your measurements of height. It's like, no, he was about 9 iPhones tall.
Well, you know Terrence better, so I didn't know if maybe you like knew of a celebrity or something that would be a comparable size that I could like. I don't know. It's hard for me to mentally picture like a relatable celebrity of that size. I guess he's like your size, isn't he? Like height wise.
You can just say the man was large. So what about Marilyn? What was you about to say?
I was talking about there was some lady at Costco that she was trying to like do a return, and they actually handed her a mask and told her she had to put it on to return her item.
Hey, free
And
mask.
she throws it in the cart, and then the lady like hands it back to her. She puts it on her ear, and then like this, I felt so bad for the store associate because she was just like being so patient with this woman. And she eventually tells she's like, "We can't help you." So she just goes and sits on the floor and demands to speak with the manager to get her Costco membership like revoked. Sits in the floor. This is like a 65-year-old woman sitting in the floor, basically throwing a temper tantrum.
That's a lot of effort for a free mask too. Like I would have been happy at the free mask. I'd be like,
right,
dude,
like
easy
thanks.
free mask.
Ugh.
One of my sub alerts of like this crazy lady bashing into a door apparently is from a video of them refusing someone going into a bar, I think, because they weren't wearing a mask or something. I don't know what it was. So she starts charging the door and licking the window, and I'm just like, what are you proving over here? Like, what's going on? What's going on? Well, let's talk about this. What's going on over here?
Dude, do you remember when like the COVID stuff was first happening and there were those morons on TikTok and Instagram like licking fucking airline seats and shit?
Yeah. Do you remember the like licking ice cream trend at the grocery store? That was before this. But that was a TikTok thing where they would go like open ice cream and lick it and then just put it back in the freezer.
Can we just decide that TikTok needs to go? Like
I think it's on its way.
We'll talk about that for sure. We're definitely talking about it. They've literally confirmed that thing. They've back engineered that and found out it's literally a data collector. Like there's no arguing or there is no politics of it. Like it's legit backwards engineered, whatever you call it, reverse engineered. Like it's been proven to be a data like worse than most other because I
Yeah,
think
but-
everything is a data collector now.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's not pretend that Facebook and Twitter aren't too.
Well, like,
But
and
they're
it's,
not Chinese, whatever. Yeah.
it's crazy that
Yeah,
I can
but they're
download
American.
yeah, it's crazy. Like I'll download a program, and I swear it's like the program's like a calculator, and it's like we would like access to your contact list and your Facebook Messenger. I'm like, what the? You don't need access to any of this shit. What do you mean? Or like you'll download a game. We need access to your camera. No, you don't. Like,
Dude,
Well,
how many times?
go ahead.
I was say, how many times have you downloaded an app onto your phone? And it's like, oh, we need to access your contacts. No. Why?
What for?
None of my friends want to play your shit.
This is me at 3 a.m. not able to sleep.
I knew the warning signs were in there about TikTok. TikTok, whenever apparently, like when it first got popular, military said you weren't allowed to have it on your phone. Any of your equipment couldn't have TikTok on it at all because they like immediately said this was a data collection spy service. Like, and that was a year ago. I just remember TikTok started as like I saw YouTube ads for it. It was like a bunch of people dancing. That was literally it. And I'm like, why are people so fascinated by this? Like, you can look up. I know what it is. It's Vine 2.0, but when it started, it confused me. I had no idea what it was.
Yeah, same. Honestly, I thought it was very, very odd that we're just watching a bunch of preteens dance.
Yeah, like even like it was meme stuff, but
Yeah.
it felt wrong. And then like our military's like, yeah, no, we're not allowing this anymore. Oh no, Joe, what happened to space, dude? Did space crash?
I don't know, man. It's spasming right now. I don't know why.
Oh yeah,
Joe's
it's like,
going through
it's
a
like
wormhole,
reverse
dude.
space.
And it's
It's a
still
black
doing
hole.
it.
It's a black hole.
Space
Oh.
decided that Joe went too far. It's
Oh
not.
shit,
Yeah.
he's converging the timelines again. God damn, I told you not to read the enchantment table.
Turn back, Joe. Turn
Actually,
back.
The Time Lords messaged me, Joe. They said that because you traveled from outside of Chicago, you're on a 2-week quarantine before you can go further in space.
Damn it.
You
Or
hate
sit there.
hate to see it. You hate to see it. Like, you just hate to see it. So, are you guys ready like for another lockdown? If they do another one, like apparently, like some of us we haven't left lockdown, so I've been chilling. But how about you guys? Are you ready for another round two?
I mean, I'm still working from home, so it's not going to change much for me. Although they wanted us to come back to the office 2 days a week starting the week of the 20th, but then they just pushed it back another 2 weeks, so now we're into August. So
Yeah, they're just doing the toe tipping method, you know, like just expose yourself a little bit at a time. And I'm just kidding.
right, they're like, "Oh, we know that cases are on the rise, but we have measures in place to prevent it." They're not doing any temperature screening. It's a skyscraper to begin with. There's 50 plus floors in the building. So you have to
Oh.
share elevators with hundreds or thousands of people. No. Not a good idea.
Dude, see, I'm in the
Yeah.
same boat. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm in the same boat as Meryl. Like my job's been having me work from home this whole time. We haven't even. There was one moment when things first were opening back up in Chicago that all of us were originally told we were going back to the office. I tried to go to the office and was told we don't know what you're talking about, and they have never once mentioned us going back yet. They're just like, just stay.
I mean, they're about just as confused as our administration and government. Like, no one knows what the fuck's going on. We got a reopening happening while Wave 2 is happening, and then every YouTube analyst I follow says that, or every like financial analyst are saying round 2 of stimulus checks are being discussed, so that's good. But like, we're reopening, so what's going on?
Yeah, I've been hearing about round 2 of stimulus checks for a long time, and it's like I haven't heard or seen anything.
Dude, and then like it was like 2,000, like round 2 was supposed to be 2,000, and then we never got it, and then it's like, well, it'll be another 1,200. Then they're saying it's only going to be this much, and
yeah, I
that's
think
if we can get it.
you're gonna start seeing foreclosures on houses in the next like couple of months, and then after that you might see another round. But at that point, it's gonna be so close to the election, they're not gonna let anything pass So I don't think you'll see another one. Honestly, that's my opinion.
4 months on 1,200. Let's go. Easy mode.
Yeah, sure.
You can't live on that? Psh, get good, dude. Just divide your money.
Every time we all ask about it during the whole election, that's all anyone's going to ask. It's like, okay, but so what are you going to do about COVID? Soon TM.
Yeah.
I saw the Dark
right
Souls
now.
meme. I saw the Dark Souls meme where it was like, you've made it halfway through year 2020, have a rest at the campfire.
Oh no.
I'm just worried, man, because Corona Part 2. So like we're halfway through the year. We have a Corona Part 2 to look forward to. The election, like, is World War III going to actually start at the end of the year or something? Like, who knows?
Hopefully not. Hopefully we have some positive changes in November.
Dementors actually exist and they start flying around.
God.
Voldemort appears. He actually is real.
Actually, Voldemort recently took off his mask, and it turns out it was J.K. Rowling all along.
Damn.
Her
So wait,
anti-Trump
so Harry Potter was one giant self-deprecating biography of her as Voldemort losing? Damn, that's kind of depressing.
It is.
Wait, so if she's Voldemort and she wrote a book about Voldemort being beat by a child, what?
No. The problem is that J.K. Rowling's so much of a narcissist that she thinks she's the child in the story. It's like that new meme where it's like the horror villain versus the actual villain.
Wait, it's all J.K. Rowling. It always has been. What happened to her now? Is she still under fire for her shit that she's been talking about?
Because she's still talking about it, dude.
Because she's still crazy.
The best part. Oh, I have to tell you about this. So Stephen King came out and was talking out in favor of women's rights, and she wrote this like glorious, like glowing praise to him. Like, it's so nice to see a man in his position speak out for women and speak out for women's rights. And it was like just a whole big fan thing. And then he responded, "Trans women are women too," and she deleted the whole tweet.
Yeah, I heard about that. Stephen King, like, yeah, he came under fire for all that.
That's pretty glorious. I was waiting for
Dude,
the drop.
I like how Dahlia's daughter's like already getting ready for podcast. Look at her, she's ready. she's like, yeah, welcome to the stream, guys. This is how you do it, Mom. All right, cool. All right, thanks for the follows, Mom. How do you? That's a different part of Twitch.
Yeah,
that's a different part of Twitch. Go take care of it, Dahlia. You're good.
Yeah.
That's the My Free Cams part. Nah, we got to make sure she don't grow up to be that kind of streamer. All right,
No.
we'll get her in the games. In the games. But no, I don't know what we're gonna do because we have how many months now of Corona going on? 4? Is this month 4? 5?
Since
February,
late
right?
February, early
I was
March.
gonna say February is when it really started kicking in.
February's when like the U.S. actually started paying attention to it. We've had it since last year.
Okay, so we're 4 or 5 months going on. Round 2's coming. We don't know what the fuck to do. Everyone's out of a job, or a lot of people are. I heard they're cutting unemployment benefits. I just worry, man, because like you saw all the protesting and stuff going on in combination with the first lockdown, and then we're gonna have election coming up. I'm just a little like not nervous, but interesting. It's gonna get really ramped up, like the tension, because we're already pretty split politically, like more so than ever. And then, you have building tension, restlessness, people out of money. This is ramping up, and hospitals are getting filled. It's gonna be nuts, man. Like, where do we even begin to talk?
Yeah, I guess it's all about like getting government to actually pay attention and like recognize that people are struggling right now. Both people who even have jobs and people who don't. Unemployment's not enough to pay for everybody without it doesn't even have to be 600 a week. It can be like, an extra 200-300 a week, and people would probably be able to get by a little bit easier.
It's literally anything at this point.
It's also getting people to stop listening to conspiracy theory bullshit and wear a mask and social distance and stop thinking that everything is about politics. It's about your health.
Dude, I was telling people how my mom and dad are extremely conservative, right-leaning, and very religious, and they at first didn't take Corona seriously. even they wear masks everywhere they go. Like, if even that far, you know what I'm saying? Like, if we do make it political, yeah, like, even if we do make it political, even that side's wearing masks now. There's no excuse. Like, it's just to be safe, man. And it's not even to protect yourself, it's to protect others, too.
It's not all of them on that side, because, like, my dad is not one of those. He will not wear a mask.
No. What I'm saying, no, you missed my point.
Oh, okay.
What I'm saying is people that make it political don't realize that, like, anecdotally, even my parents are wearing masks at this point. So, like, when people try to make it about the political argument, I just say they're bored and want to talk, because, like, it shouldn't be political. Wearing a mask isn't even for, like, self-protection. It's to help other people. That's what people don't understand, too. I'm not wearing a mask because I like looking cool in it. I'm just trying to protect you from my germs, man.
Yeah, the people, one of the arguments I saw on Facebook today, of course, was that they don't want to wear a mask because the government is forcing them to, and they don't want the government forcing them to do anything. So they think that if we're forced to wear masks to go places, when we get a vaccine, that means that they're going to be forced to get vaccinated to go places, and they don't want to be mandated by the government to get a vaccine that only was developed in a few months. Obviously, I don't believe this. That's just something I read about today.
Well, every day we're like closer to a cure and not closer to a cure, and then we're closer to a cure and then not closer to, like, there's also that part too. Like, I'll see on Reddit, like, we're getting closer to a cure, and I'm like, hey, you might want to hold off because there's going to be the tomorrow. It's like, oh, we're like a year and a half, 2 years away.
Yeah, people were projecting, like, at the beginning it was going to be over a year for an actual vaccine to come out. So
I remember the first guest on Joe Rogan that spoke about Corona, the first, like, leading scientist, said like 2 years. Now, obviously, that was when no one knew what was going on, and that was at the beginning of it. But yeah, like, that was the first thing I heard was 2 years. Like, I thought that was pretty nuts.
That's
like for a vaccine.
That's like that meter on Pandemic Express, or not Pandemic Express, like the virus game. I forgot what it's called. Pandemic.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, I do that same thing. I'm like, wait, is it actually just called? I do the same thing every time. Go ahead.
They had, like, it's like, oh, nobody's paying attention to it. Like, it's 6+ years away, and then everybody starts paying attention to it and collaborating, and it's like, it's 3 months away now. It's not going to be that quick, but it's going to be faster maybe than 2 years.
Hopefully. Dahlia, you're muted, by the way. Boom! Yep, you're muted.
Still. Yeah.
There you go.
I sat here this whole time thinking I was still just on push to talk.
Nope, muted. Perma muted. So what about you, Dahlia? When you were AFK, we were talking about how, like, it's just insane because you have everything that's happened so far this year, and that was due to the lockdown and the tensions rising and restlessness, and people are out of a job. Now we got Corona round 2, and with an election coming up, which will make people more divided, potentially. It's going to get crazier, like the cult of personality, the mindset. It's just going to get crazier. And it's not summer anymore. Summer's going to start ending, so people are not going to be outside as much. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a combination of good times ending and Corona round 2, and we were just talking about how it's going to be crazy.
You remember how they said that it was going to die off when it gets hot outside? Just say it. Anyways, go ahead.
No. First it was all cases were going to be cleared up by April.
Right.
No, guys, remember, though, if we just stop testing, then obviously the numbers will show that it went away.
We can just inject some, like, bleach inside the skin, some disinfectant, get some UV rays down in there, inject some sort of, So what are you guys going to do if they, like, mandate another, like, we'll just ballpark it December. Like, let's say they just say, okay, lockdown part 2, December.
I will feel absolutely awful for my kids and wonder what I'm supposed to do, because Autumn is supposed to start kindergarten this year, and Aiden is supposed to start first grade. And the online schooling stuff that they keep talking about is only, like, I think 3rd or 4th grade and higher. So all the kids in younger grades won't have remote learning. The schools will just have to put out, like, something for them to do, but there's not going to be anything that's school supported. It'll basically be 100% on the parents.
Oh yeah, good luck getting a kindergartner / first grader to do a packet activity at home. Yeah, they'll
Well, not only that, but it's like in my situation, I'm still working. Like it's not like I'm just
Right.
during the lockdown sitting at home with tons of time on my hands. I still have 8 hours a day I have to dedicate to a job. So it's like, when am I supposed to school my kids?
Just give them a Game Boy and say, good luck, Johnny, and then see what they do with their life. There you go. Just hand them a Game Boy.
Give them math blasters and Freddy Fish and all that stuff.
Leapfrog, man. You gotta hit 'em
Number
with the leapfrog.
munchers.
Maybe that is what I need. Just buy some shitty laptop and buy all those old school like typing games and
Dude,
number
yes.
games.
Dude, you gotta
Jumpstart.
go actual old school. So you need Lemmings and you need Oregon Trail 1 and you gotta hit them with the what was that one? Zork? Am I thinking of Zork? The Carmen Sandiego point and click game as well? You gotta go with all of them, man.
And all the old Sims games.
Yeah.
Sim
I miss all
Farm, Sim Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
The original Sim City
Yeah.
where like Godzilla was like
Yeah.
there was like a little Godzilla muncher monster. He would just walk around destroying cities and
And the
spitting
Mecha
fire.
Spider.
Yeah, the Mecha Spider. Yeah.
You guys reminded me, there's a game I've been trying to find, and I have Googled every combination of Googling I can think of, and I can't find what this game was. It was an old 90s game that you made your own movies, and you would like pick out little like, it was just generic, already pre made character shapes. And then you could pick the voices, and the voices were basically just different tones of text to speech. And then you would write their like the dialogue and the script of the movie, and the text to speech would just read it out, and it made a movie.
That almost, I don't know about the movie part, but I had a program that was like Mad Libs like that, where you could like fill in characters with the different text to speech voices, and then you could even edit the script. But I never knew of one of where like you created movies. I've never heard of that one.
I feel like one of the Jumpstart games might have had something like that.
Yeah.
Might have been that, because it was very cartoony, like
Yeah.
generic 90s dressed characters.
Yeah.
Because there was
It
somebody
sounds familiar.
somebody found something similar to it, but it definitely wasn't it. It was like Storybook Maker, but that was literally just making like illustrated stories that you wrote. This, I remember specifically that this was movies.
Psychosloth said 30 or 3D movie maker. I don't know if he meant 30 or 3D, but
It might have been 3D Movie Maker. Maybe?
okay, how'd you get on this anyway? Like, where did you get this from SimCity and talking about old school retro games?
Because it's an old school retro game.
Something she played.
This was like one of my biggest games that I binged in the 90s.
Apparently, it's so retro, you're the only one that bought it. No.
No, this
Someone
is like
made it
me-
just for you.
Yeah,
It's like-
someone made it just for Dahlia because no one has.
This is like me and Drop Dead
That's a-
Fred all over.
That's a
again.
damn retro game. Literally, only you played it, Dahlia. Holy shit.
I actually made this game. I'm actually gonna go to Shark Tank right now and sell this as an original game idea.
Then they're just gonna say, okay, it's called Steam Filmmaker. There you go.
Did it have Nickelodeon characters in it?
No, it wasn't familiar
No.
characters. It was just generic, terrible, like generic teenage cartoon like things.
I don't know.
It was not 3D Movie Maker, because the graphics of 3D Movie Maker are way fucking better than what this was.
Well, if you
I mean,
know
to
so
be
much
fair-
about it, then tell us what it is.
I
You
love
already choo-choo railroaded the conversation onto this, and now we're all looking for you. And then you're like, no, it's not that. Well, it's not that. Well, then what is it, Dahlia? Tell us.
Like, I don't know.
You gotta tell us now. Well, apparently you know what it isn't.
perfectly. I can pick
It's like that.
every
It's like the
detail.
Bug Bunny skit. It's like the Bugs Bunny skit. Is he 6 foot? And he's got black hair and blue eyes, and he's wearing a flannel shirt and blue jeans. One of the shoes is missing the heel. Yeah, I've never seen him. We're looking for you.
I
Are you
know.
sure? Okay, this is a long shot. Are you sure it wasn't like Kid Pix? Because Kid Pix had like random ass fucking mini games within it. So Kid Pix was like a paint program, but it had all sorts of like slideshow creation you can do. Are you sure it wasn't like Kid Pix? I don't even know if it had something like what you're describing in it. This is
Oh,
gonna
man, that
bother me
looks,
now.
Like super familiar.
Because now I'm looking up 3D Movie Maker and I'm getting flashbacks because I remember this.
See, and I do feel like I remember 3D Movie Maker, but I remember again, I can picture it so clearly. I remember very clearly one of the scenes you could pick was a setting in a movie theater. And then you had like you could pick like a black teenage character who had like rocket power style
This is
dreads.
extremely specific for a game you have no idea about.
That's what I'm talking about. I literally I could describe it to a T, but I don't know.
So anyway, if Corona lockdown doesn't happen, what are you guys prepared to do then? So I really don't see lockdown happening again. Not only like because everything's literally still opening as it's getting worse, but I don't know if like economically people can handle it, especially if they don't want to give out any support. So what do you guys think about if this thing kicks up and we don't lock down, which honestly, sadly, looks like it's going to be the case? Like, are you guys prepared for that?
I think we're going to have a lot of people dying. I think it's going to be like literally every day we're going to log on to Twitter to see rip somebody else trending.
Mm-hmm. Or at
Probably.
least people catching it and getting like permanent damage and stuff. Unfortunately, that's a big reality of it too.
Yeah,
'Cause
like
they're saying- yeah, go ahead, go.
oh, sorry. I was gonna say, like, I saw a video like of how it works, and like the virus causes your like immune system to like attack itself in your body, and like it causes like damage to like your actual lung tissue, so it could permanently affect your breathing forever. Like even
Yep.
if you don't die, like just getting the virus could permanently affect your breathing. So like as someone with asthma, that fucking sucks. I'll never like be able to do any strenuous activity again. Like that kind of shit's very scary.
I think the scariest part to that too is I remember them saying, because we were uninformed, it doesn't affect people like our age, 25 to 30. And then it's like what I'm hearing now is it may not, affect us or we may not die or even catch symptoms, but it can still do like long-term lung damage still. Like, and there's asymptom. And the crazy thing is there's people that catch it and they just shake it off. They don't even know they have it. That's just, I go back to that all the time because that still is what scares me the most is how like people of all sorts of healthiness can just either have it and brush it off or they got permanent damage, even if they're like an Olympic level trainer or something.
I still really want them to actually figure out a way. There's an app like addition thing to phones that they added, but it's not implemented because the actual local health departments haven't made anything to integrate the information. But essentially what it's supposed to do is it's supposed to go based off of the reported positive cases of corona that are reported by your local health department, and it will tell you if you've come into contact with someone who's positive for corona.
Yeah, they're saying like testing in general is like getting that accessible and that easy where like now the nose swab is just literally around the rim of your nose. It's woo and it's done. They don't go up your sinus cavity. They can tell if you've transmitted it to if you got it from someone else or if what I love is they're testing for antibodies too if you can actually cure it. Like if your body fought it off. Or if you have like, what is it, the pathogen? What's the word? Like your body can have a cure for it almost, or like you could help like your body could be like studied if you know how to if your body fought it off. I'm looking for a word I can't think of.
I think antibody testing was the right word.
Antibody. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because like those people can help like maybe find some sort of vaccine or something. They can take a look at their DNA or whatever. What scares me like what's alarming to me is it's a good thing though. I'm seeing a lot of like online influencers I used to watch, Joe Rogan being one of them, that used to not even take it seriously, and then recently they're not only taking it more seriously, they're also like scared to give it to other people. And I think that's like the biggest thing that people forget is like, you don't have to worry so much about yourself during this because you're not going to feel it. Some people are not going to feel it, but you got to worry about giving it to others, giving it to your parents and stuff.
Dude, and you can tell a lot of the older generation, the ones that are paying attention, a lot of them are, I think, very scared of catching it and dying.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been working at the bank and there's been a lot of people calling, like making sure, hey, I sent in my like pay on death beneficiary information, right? Hey, I want to make sure this account is set up for this. I need copies of this so I can make sure my kids have my stuff if anything happens. Like my mom, I remember telling you about it, Cody. Like my mom spent a whole day like cryptically texting me and all of my siblings like, okay, if anything happens to me, a copy of my will is in the safe. This is the code to the safe. This is who gets my car. This is who gets my registered gun. Like my mom just went off on a whole day of it. And we were all sitting there like, are you okay? Like, and it's just because she's working around it all the time. She's just feeling this need to make sure things are set up.
Yeah, my aunt did the same thing. She has like a autoimmune disease, so she like sent me this really long email, and she's like, "Print this and keep it in your records. It's everything that happens if I catch this. It's like this is what you need to know to make sure everything's taken care of." Because she doesn't have any kids, so I'm the closest she has to be able to take care of that for her. But it is pretty scary because she's like 59, so it's like not even old enough to really be concerned about that. But you never know.
No, that's the same age my mom is. It's like,
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
my parents are in their 70s, and my dad obviously played it cool, but my mom, I mean, I was actually shocked because she's normally more hysterical. She's normally like freaking out about every little thing, but she didn't show it. But like I'd say about like a month ago, she kept saying how much she appreciated how I visit her every week, and how I have 5 sisters, but none of them hardly ever visit her. And she was really appreciative that I've been seeing her so much. And like you could tell there was worry there, like, if I die, I'm glad I got to see you so much. And like that spooked me a little bit. It wasn't direct, but it was definitely there.
Yeah.
The hint was there, yeah.
Yeah, my grandfather, he's 90 and he like always calls me like every other week on the dot. And he always asks like, "When are you coming to see me?" It's like, "Not yet."
Not yet,
But
definitely not now.
yeah,
Hell no.
and I always check him like, "You're staying home, right? If my mom comes to bring you groceries, you're not giving her a hug, right?" Like but yeah,
I've been
so
trying to
he's
get
definitely scared.
That's what I've been
Which
trying to get my parents to do, is that on
yeah.
that grocery delivery system, yeah.
dude, and they've been pushing out to make that way more accessible too. Like, it never used to be a thing before. They just recently, Walmart started allowing people to use their food stamps card with the delivery.
Really?
So they don't, yeah, because before if you had to use a food stamp card, you had to do pickup. They would not do it for delivery.
Right, right.
Now they were able to change it because now you can actually enter the PIN just in the app, and they don't need to verify it.
That made me like at my Walmart, you know how every Walmart now has the big giant orange parking spots for the pickup and it's reserved? Now they've dedicated another row of parking spots just for pharmaceutical pickup. And I thought that was really cool. Like, I give shit about Walmart being evil and capitalist, and I'm not wrong on all that, and underpaying their workers, and I'm not wrong on that. But it is kind of cool to even see them kind of give a fuck, I guess. Like, like, oh, well, we'll reserve parking so you can shop at our business.
Some minimal attempt.
Well, it was kind of funny at my Walmart. Now, for those that don't know, Missouri's all about gambling, dude. We got casinos on deck and a very big lottery system in Missouri. Dude, the day the stimulus check started going out, the Walmart near me got this giant digital lottery ticket dispensing machine. And I just went, that is evil. That is, I mean, I get it, but that is evil.
You have to hope that was a coincidence.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. No, I'm sure Walmart was like, oh, people are gonna get 1,200 free tax-free dollars. Oh, I guess we can install this lottery machine now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
Oh, that
Walmart
is
knows.
evil, dispensing money into the lottery machine.
Oh man, I'll take 5. That's so evil.
But like 5% goes to college education in some states.
True. That's my justification for gambling. I'm helping the kids.
There you
Unless it's
go.
one in Illinois where we don't have the money to pay out our lottery winners.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so broke, dude. Well, and then you guys, oh man, my dad, he is livid because of you guys' taxes going up like it has been on everything. It's nuts, dude. My mom goes to Missouri to buy her cigarettes, and it's like $6 a pack. And then you go to Illinois, and it's getting upwards of like $11.
Oh, and God forbid you try to buy them in the city.
Ooh, hell no. Ooh, no. Gas. Dude, it's crazy. Gas in Illinois. Go from Missouri, where it's literally 30 cents cheaper, cross the state line. It's about 20 cents more expensive. But then when I get on the highway, man, whew, it's like almost like $1 more, it feels like. It's like, dude,
Don't go to California then.
Oh, yeah, no, don't go to anywhere outside the U.S., dude. I remember that. What was it? The EU during 2008 was paying like, this is really random off track, but like the EU was paying upwards of like, if you converted it, $14 a gallon or some shit.
I think Galaxy was in the Discord talking about it in Canada. I think Galaxy said he pays like something like $20 like I think
Yeah.
it equivalates to like
Yeah.
20 a gallon or some shit.
Uh-huh.
Is he like in the middle of nowhere?
No, I think
He lives in Letterkenny.
Well, I think he even said I think he
It would
said it's
explain why he
worse
likes the
in,
show
like,
so much.
it's worse in like the more touristy city areas.
I
I think that's what he said. I don't remember the full conversation.
Yeah,
If we
that's
say his name,
crazy.
if we say his name 3 times, I think he appears in chat.
Okay, be honest. Do you guys think you caught corona? Like, are you guys one of those people like you got real sick during the time frame where it could have been possible, and now you're double thinking like,
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, my bronchitis, man, it felt like, because I've had bronchitis one time as a teenager before when I got it on stream in February. And I ain't gonna lie, man, that bronchitis felt extra, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know. Yeah, that was corona, bro. But
Right.
man, that just felt like extra bronchitis.
I mean, I got like kind of sick after PAX South, but I mean, I always get sick after a PAX, so
Yeah.
it was
Con
probably
flu is
just
so
PAX
real.
pox.
Back
Joe,
in
you think you got
November,
it?
yeah, back in November when me and my girl went to Vegas, right at the end when we got so sick,
That's right.
we went to like a convenient care and they were like, hey, like I've got bronchitis, my girl's got like some sort of like sinus infection, and we were like, we have the same thing. Why are you calling it different things? And then they're like, oh well, it affects different parts of your body. Like my asthma made it worse for me, and I was like, I don't know. And then like they were saying like it was starting to get big in China, and we were in Vegas, which is a huge tourist spot. Very likely we were one of the early people to catch it, and I know I gave it to my buddies. Like when I came back, I came to visit them.
Oh no.
So
Rite of passage. If you can't be my friend when I'm sick, you can't be my friend at all.
so it's possible that may have been corona. I will never be able to confirm it, but yeah.
Who knows? I mean,
See,
who
who
knows? Like China's numbers were never accurate. So
No, yeah.
like,
Oh no. Oh yeah. Only 1,000 cases or something. 1,000 deaths.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like
Okay.
84,000, and it stayed that way since like early March. Please.
Just don't test, and you can't test positive, dude.
Yeah. Or just don't release the results to the world.
Yeah, right. I know when I got the bronchitis, dude, and I'm thinking it's corona. The only thing is my lung capacity's back to where it's been. Like if my ass is out there jogging, which I've never done before in a long time, but that's when it kind of alleviated. But for a while there, and I know like the problem is corona mimics bronchitis a lot.
And
Like Joe
bronchitis is
said,
a
like
bitch.
yes, and
Yeah.
what sucks is bronchitis takes a month after healing for it to fully go away, and apparently corona does too. So it's like I can't even sit there and go, well, it took like a month to fully get out of my system because that's bronchitis too.
Yeah. Yeah. Last time I had bronchitis, I was sick for like 6 weeks. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
Because it was like 3 weeks of being actually super sick, and then it was like 2 weeks of feeling a little cruddy, and then that's when I
Yeah.
started feeling okay, but my like stamina didn't come back for a long time. What about you, Dahlia? Because I remember you and the kids got really sick, and then I visited, and I probably got it from them. And I remember Aiden got sick twice because he got sick, and then you guys got sick, and then he got sick again, and then I visited and I got sick. And I can remember, Dahlia, I brought this up one time. I'm like, do you think we got it? Like, do you think we got it?
I honestly don't think so.
Or do you think it was just bronchitis / flu?
I think ours was just like kids are petri dishes flu.
Yeah.
It was just like a normal cold that they made worse because they're children, and children
They carry
are
them
disgusting
they carry the
bottled
nemesis.
Magnets.
They carry that nemesis virus shit in them.
But none of I think symptom wise, at least how sick I was, it really had nothing to do with my breathing or my lungs. I was just like, the only word I could say is like I was just disgusting for like a few days and hated my whole body.
Yeah, like the version I caught, which was mainly bronchitis, I remember describing to you, Alex, I was like, I didn't even have the energy to sit and feel miserable. That's the best way to put it. Literally, being aware of existence had a weight to it. And like watching TV drained me those first 2 days. That's when I like
the swine flu.
Oh, dude, like that's why I crawled over there and was like, no stream, bro. Like, I couldn't even. Dude, I remember I turned on Brink, my favorite Disney movie from back in childhood, and I couldn't even watch it because I was feeling ill. I remember watching TV made me tired. And then, like, I couldn't eat and all that stuff. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's how swine flu was for me. It was just like, I just laid in my bed and slept like all day, every day.
Oh, you
and
caught that?
Pull up yeah, I did. It was
Yo,
terrible.
you want just okay? That's some story time right there. Hold up. Oh yeah. Go into that if you don't mind.
I guess that was 2009. So it was my first semester of my sophomore year of college, which was a very bad semester because I missed the first week of classes, which
That's
is
anxiety.
the worst week to miss is the first week of classes. Absolutely. Because you miss the foundation of everything.
Yeah, the intro, all the woo. Okay.
Yeah,
Literally
like you don't get the
understanding of
syllabus, you don't
Yeah.
get any introduction, nothing. And I had like, I think my highest fever I had was like 104, and I didn't have insurance, so I just went to like the student health center, and they're like, "We're not even going to test you. We know you have it. You need to get out of here and just go quarantine yourself."
Holy
Like,
shit.
yeah,
Go
they're
to
just
your
like,
room and die,
"Go,
please."
yeah, just go away. Don't look at us."
I'm gonna need you to never come back.
And it's
You
like I had
find out there's,
my
like,
dad
paint
would
tape
come.
outside the dorm.
Yeah, my dad would come and he'd bring me food, and he would leave it outside of the door of my apartment, and then he would call me and say, "I left you food." And like my roommates like went home for the week, so like I had the whole apartment to myself. They ended up getting sick too, though. And you know what it was? Because we were stupid and 19, we had a party that weekend before, and my roommate's stupid boyfriend had swine flu and thought it was a good idea to still come and play beer pong. So
Wait, you don't bring presents when you go to parties?
yeah, great present. So there were a
It's the
lot
gift
of us
that
that
kept
got sick.
on giving. It got you some alone time in your room.
Yeah, so those you youngins out there that think it'd be fun to have a COVID party, take it from the swine flu party of 2009. Don't do it.
Dude, hell no.
Don't do it. But yeah, it was terrible. It was like the worst flu. I've had the flu twice since the regular flu, and it was way worse than that. It
Dude,
was
you know
awful.
what? Now you got me. Oh, now I'm getting conspiracy brained. So now you got me. My friend Ryan, Shooty08 in chat. He might be lurking, but Shooty08, you'll see him pop up every now and then. That's my best friend Ryan. And that's crazy, Maryland. In 2009, he was in Louisiana. I think he was going to LSU. And his first semester of his sophomore year, same thing. He missed the first 3 weeks of classes. But maybe he didn't. He had mainly it was like something with his ear. So he had sinus infection. He had all sorts of infections going on. It was like a combo stack, but it was his ear the entire time. If he was in chat, he could like narrow it down. But his ear kept getting infected and like it was in pain and he kept getting sick
God,
and he
ear
kept going.
infections.
Yeah. And just like you, he didn't have insurance because he's in college. So he just goes to the urgent or the student care and they keep giving him like ibuprofen and it doesn't really do much. And now I'm wondering, did he catch swine flu? Because like he was miserable for those 3 weeks.
Maybe. I mean, mine was like fever and cough and tired, and I have asthma, so I'm sure I had bronchitis afterwards because anytime I get any kind of cold, it just goes straight into my lungs and just sits there.
Yep.
Always what happens. And yeah, so I was like out for a week, but then it was like I was really tired for the next 2 weeks. Like I remember my first day back at work. I like got there and I just like sat and stared at my computer screen, and I just went to my boss, is like, "I need to go home." She's like, "All right, bye." It's like she was kind of like, "I didn't want you here anyways. Just go."
It wasn't mandatory. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, it was a student job anyways. I was working in transcripts. They could deal without me.
Aren't they worried about that now? Swine flu part 2? Like along with COVID?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
There's a new swine flu. I forgot about that.
Part 2 of another fucking flu. Let's go, man.
There's so many things happening. I feel like
Instead of-
murder hornets. Remember those?
Oh yeah, dude. This year was the year that John Wick 4 And Matrix 4 was supposed to come out on the same day. Instead, we got COVID-19 2 and Swine Flu 2. I would rather have the first set of doubles, please. I would rather have those sequels. I don't want these sequels. Although one cool thing, and this is not easy for me to say, but what's kind of cool about all this, drive-in theaters are making a comeback.
Yes.
True.
Yes.
Oh, wait, can we go to a drive-in theater?
Yes, if
Yeah.
you want.
Dude,
yeah, they're
it's
making a big
fu-
comeback.
It's
Go ahead,
fucking
Joe.
hilarious because we used to have one like back near where I grew up, and they closed it down because the owners of a nearby restaurant were like total assholes about it and like went to the owners like complaining that they made them. So it's a big hot dog joint, and they have like this giant hot dog like above the restaurant, and they used to have it all lit up, but since the drive-in theater's right behind it, that caused like problems for the movie theater. So they complained to the owners, and the owners eventually said, well, we're going to up your rent, and they said, well, we can't afford that, so they kicked them out. But now they're coming back to the same drive-in, and it's great because
That's
now
awesome.
like now I'm like, never go to that hot dog restaurant again. It's not even good.
I want
there's
you to come
there's a movie that's going to be released early now. So you know how like back in the day they would like release Star Wars early at select theaters, and then Corona happened and no theaters are open. So now drive-in theaters are making such a comeback. I don't know the name of the movie. If any of you know it, let me know. But it's like a horror movie with one word. But apparently they're releasing it like a week early at drive-in theaters, and then it goes home on demand a week after that. So it's just cool seeing like drive-in theaters get exclusive access to new movies now because they're popping off again. I love drive-in theaters. I loved them. I don't know why they died out.
The
I guess because of
Relic.
Netflix and stuff.
The Relic is the movie, and I totally will see it.
Yeah, and apparently drive-in theaters get it like a week early, which is so cool to me that they're making that big of a comeback.
Has anyone been to a theater? Like
Not since they started reopening, no.
yeah, I haven't either. I did go to one restaurant and I felt really weird, but it was like my work BFF that was leaving. So I was like, well, I have to see them before they move away, so I'll risk it. But I still felt like really weird at a restaurant. I can't imagine going to a movie theater.
So I've been to plenty of because, like I said, Missouri, for better or for worse, because people hate when I'm like, yeah, we're all reopened and I've been enjoying, but I'm a human, man. What can I say? We were one of the first to reopen everything, so it's still surreal. Like I went and visited my dad and two uncles, at a local restaurant near me, and they drove like an hour away from Illinois just to eat at a restaurant. And they were talking about how weird it was, because of just months of not being able to. It is still weird. Like when me and Dahlia went to go get Korean BBQ, we just kind of looked around like, are we supposed to do this?
Yeah, the
It
one
didn't
I
feel
ate at,
right.
it was patio only, but
Patio only.
it still felt weird. Like there weren't very many people there, so they had to spread out pretty far. But it's like it's just I don't know. It doesn't feel right. I feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm doing something wrong.
See,
Because like you're enjoying yourself. Go ahead, Dahlia. It's like you're enjoying yourself, but
no, you're right, but I will say Korean barbecue probably out of a lot of those might be the better option because you have to think about it. You're the one cooking your food. And the
yeah, but
cooking
I'm not sanitary.
No, but the cooking is largely what kills a lot of like anything disgusting that would be on the food.
Right, but what I'm saying is I'm pretty sure the cook's wearing gloves, wearing masks, and have to wash their hands. I'm pretty sure they're probably, I know what you're saying, but I'm just saying me personally, probably not the case, but everyone else, yes.
Yeah, but we're the ones taking in the food, so we're already gross. It's okay. We're already disgusting.
real
We're not,
germs.
we're not getting someone else's disgusting on it.
And speak for yourself.
I will say I was sad today. There's like a craft beer store that's like up the street for me. I know hipster, whatever. We went there
Boo, you
today
only
and
drink IPAs. Boo.
no, I actually don't like IPAs, but we went there today to grab some beer and it was closed because they had someone that got coronavirus.
Oof.
Yeah, it's been closed for like over a week now. So I don't know. I guess they're gonna take the full 2-week shutdown. But
At
we were
my
very sad.
at my old factory job, specifically in my department, you worked in very confined spaces with like very little ventilation. So a lot of chemicals in the air passing back around. But you pretty much work by yourself and it's like super social distance. even that job, my old shift lead, we still keep in touch. They had a corona scare just because one guy got the flu, and as soon as he got the flu, like the whole plant shut down for a day. Like that shit, it's crazy how it goes from nothing to like shut down everything. That's why I was asking earlier, like, what's it going to look like with things reopening, but a second resurgence? It's going to be weird because I don't think you can shut down again. I don't mean to get back to that, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
Should we shut down?
Hard.
Yes, but.
I mean, probably should.
Yeah.
I think we probably the thing that should have happened is that we should have stayed shut down longer.
Yeah, like, a little bit.
Like you should have actually. There were a lot of states that didn't even wait for their curve to like drop. They kind of got it to flatten for like a few days, and then they're like, "Okay, time to reopen bowling alleys, movie theaters, hair salons,
beauty parlors,
etc." Yeah. So, I feel like that was definitely a poor decision, and we're reaping the benefits, if you will, of that poor decision. Oh, kitty!
It's like surprise. It's Oh, I was making sure I was on push talk. It's like, surprise, your prize is more sickness.
Right.
Yeah, I was
Congratulations, you got what you asked for.
Somebody wants to make a cameo on the podcast, so.
Yeah, I think people are just going to end up suffering for it, and it's because a lot of people in power are valuing the economy over people's lives. So.
Or it's like, even if they take advantage of the reopening, they're not being safe about it. It's like, even if you're gonna go out, like, I'm still wearing a mask, I'm still staying super sanitized, I have hand sanitizer, I've washed my hands more this year than I have my whole life, but it's like, you got people that not only are the reopenings happening a little early, but they're just being so dumb about it.
Well, I'm gonna stay home, so I'm ready. I'm ready for all the repercussions.
I was gonna say, outside of my little walks, not much is changing for me. I'm still gonna be home streaming, so it's like I'm not really affected. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to say like I'm gonna be affected.
Yeah, I guess that I shouldn't be too smug about it because they're making my girlfriend go into the office now.
Yeah,
so I'm just as exposed.
That. Yeah, it's like my boyfriend. He works at the hospital. I mean, he's not around patients that much, but still. I'm trying to use that as like my one leg to stand on when they try to get us to go back. It's like, I have a medical worker in my house. Do you really want me around all these boomers? Are you sure that's what you want?
Marilyn doing the martyrdom. Marilyn's going martyrdom. She's like, Dahlia's your job. You already said you don't know. You don't even know if your job's going to even start having you back or not. They haven't even discussed it.
I mean, I'll be completely honest. My job hasn't even discussed if I'll still have a job when there's no longer a bank. Because the bank I'm working at is literally in the process of merging with another bank, so they're not going to have a bank anymore.
Oh,
that's
a different problem.
Yeah, so it's like, I think that's why they might just be like, they'll probably just let us stay home for as long. Like, I don't know if us temps will get picked up because the rest of the company's a giant insurance company. So there's a possibility we could still have a job, just work in a different department. But
that's the unfortunate thing with temps too, is it's always a gamble, never certain.
Yeah.
Like, I told you about the factory I worked at. I worked with somebody that was a temp and was at that job longer than I was before she got hired on. As in, like, she was there a year before me. I got hired as an actual worker. We worked together for 6 years. She only got hired when I was leaving my position. It's just like, God, fuck. And then on top of that, you have such a volatile market because it's the pandemic. Just, hey, losing jobs left and right. I'm very lucky that I can do what I do, but obviously I'm not ignorant to other people's issues with it and what they're going through. It's rough. That's why I'm trying to that's why on this podcast, I enjoy that you guys don't mind talking about it, because it feels like on my end of things, since I'm fortunate enough not to be affected by it, I can at least, spread information and try to help, I guess, in some sort of way, give entertainment.
Yeah.
Anything is nice to combat the misinformation, the disgusting levels of misinformation.
Yeah.
Some things people believe. Like, I love all the people who are like trying to spread we have statistics that show that wearing a mask inhibits your breathing by this much and causes this much carbon dioxide or whatever to stay in your lungs. It's like, then how the fuck have doctors been wearing it their entire careers?
Surgeons must just have a very short lifespan.
Right?
Oh yeah, that one makes me laugh.
I'm like, have you people never met? Like most doctors, like there's most of them are ancient. They don't retire from that shit because it's good money. If they can still do it, they do it. Like,
And they pay a lot of money to do it to start with, so they
that
gotta
too.
pay off like $500,000 in loans.
that
Isn't
$80
that why? Isn't that what they say? Like you become a doctor to pay the debt of being a doctor.
Yes.
the $80 doctor is only not retired because he's still paying that final semester off.
Probably.
Chalk Thunder. So like with COVID relating to the race, the race riots or like the protests and stuff, man, that's like we could have an entire podcast on that. And I would rather have more informed people about that, like with its connection to Corona and all that, because I'm not about to spew misinformation. We already don't know about this illness, and we're a half a year into it. I'm not about to act like I know what I'm talking about as a Twitch streamer about why, people are protesting plus Corona and if it has an effect. That's not my platform, man. We'd spend a whole fucking podcast on that, and I would rather have more informed guests on that one that would have more knowledgeable takes, because my dumbass wouldn't know what the hell I'm talking about, and the last thing I need is to spread misinformation. So I'm just politely saying I'm ignorant of it, and I'm just gonna bow out.
Right.
I feel like you do more harm than good if you talk out of your ass on something like that. So
It's fair.
So, damn, we spent an hour on just Corona. I mean, we could still talk about it, but what else? We got Me Too movements going on. We got Mixer shutting down. Doc's banned, and still nobody knows why. No one's heard a single leak of information because he's got some of the best lawyers for his representation. Where do we go? Do you guys want to talk about the Me Too stuff? Because I just had a big... Okay. Do you mind if I start this one off? And then because you know how I like the yap, so I'll just get it out of the way. So, I personally, I'll keep their name out of it, but I used to watch this Fire Emblem streamer, and he played Advance Wars 2 and all sorts of XCOM style games, and I even name dropped them on my stream multiple times. And by all means, great guy. You could tell he made on the edge jokes. Come to find out, he dropped hard ERs and F words. This is the light part of this. But, like, as I'm watching him over 6 years, I mean, the occasional sex, you kind of got the sexism feel from him, but nothing to get him canceled. Like, he never said anything bad enough to get him canceled. You just got that feeling he's probably not the most polite person with women. But you never really got a sense that he was a predator by any means. And so, like, I'm watching this guy. I remember starting my job, and I would watch him to get me through the shifts, listening to him. And this Me Too movement's going on, and every time the Me Too movement stuff kicks up again and the cancellations start, I've never had anyone targeted that I personally watch a lot. Not yet, anyway. So, like, this take is coming from someone who just got affected by it pretty heavily on someone they watched for a long time. So this is my yap about it. So, like, apparently, and again, like, I watched this guy for 6 years, man, and he was the best at the Fire Emblem content and blah, 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 blah. And he helped a lot of people get through hard times. He always used to give motivational talks about fitness. Then it comes to find out he sexually assaulted a woman at Anime North. He groomed 2 people in Discord that were 13. Copious amounts of ER use, F-bomb use. And I was just like, what the fuck? And now, like I said, a lot of people have been getting canceled, but this was one I watched for half a decade. So now it affected me. So I guess that's that whole classic, it affected me, so it actually, it gave me a different look at it. Man, that is such a tricky thing, right? Because, you obviously it's deplorable. Deplatform should happen. That was gross. They shouldn't be able to come back, whatever. But damn, you enjoyed their content for so long. And it's like, it's weird because now that content's tainted and they still provided entertainment. They just happen to be a monster behind it. And it's like, fuck, man. Like, that is such a surreal thing. Like, it's been on my mind. You can tell with my yapping. It's been on my mind for 2 days because it's like 6 years. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's my story. Like, it just happened to me. One of my favorite content creators just got Me Too'd. And it wasn't like a mystery where it's like, oh, what about his side? What about her side? He admitted to it. Like, he immediately goes, yep, I fucked up. I'm off. I'm out. I'm going to go get therapy. Like, he immediately said, yep. And that's when it sank in. Like, with any other content creator, you could make the argument, what was the nuance of it? Okay, let's look at the DM exchange. What's the screenshot? But no, this guy goes, yep, it's all true. And I just went, what the fuck? Like, you know what I'm saying? So how has this been affecting you? Have you been watching any content creators that might have been affected by this, or have they been affected? Or has there been any announcements coming out that you guys were shocked about? You're like, whoa, that guy? Any one of you can start. I took my time yapping, so.
I mean, in that guy's scenario, at least he was like upfront about it to be like, yeah, it's all true. Like, where a lot of people would just like deny it or never say anything about it. So, it shows like he knew what he was doing was wrong, but he had the decency to at least be like, yep, you caught me. So
I don't know if that's necessarily decency or just trying to cover your own ass.
Ooh, go for it. Go into it.
I mean, like, I feel like, I guess I don't want to name drop this one. A very large YouTuber got in trouble for some stuff, and he made an apology video, which was very not an apology, and it was very much just trying to cover his own ass. And it's just like that kind of stuff. It's just like, sure, you admit to it, but are you really apologizing for it?
I feel like I know who you're talking about, and if it's who I think it is, they pulled the classic, like, they didn't actually say, I'm sorry for doing this. It's, I'm sorry you feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh God.
And
It
then,
was
like, I had these things happen to me in my life that caused me to do this. So it's not really me. It's what's happened to me that caused these problems.
Okay, so
So I
in
don't
my-
know, like, the guy you're talking about, Cody. Maybe he was very sincere and everything.
no,
but
so I'll go into that then. I'm glad you brought this up because I was going to bring this part up later, but we can go into it now. So I go to find out he made a YouTube announcement announcing to everybody, and this was 3 days ago, so right before he got Me Too'd. He made a very suspect YouTube announcement. Hey, I'm deleting Twitter. I got to get off it. Too much negativity. And I'm like, I see this from a lot of people that get Me Too'd. They do the sudden, I don't want to be on Twitter. Just taking a break, guys. Not streaming for a week. So he gets rid of Twitter. But what grossed me out, you got to remember when I read this at first, this was before he got Me Too'd and he admitted it. So this is coming from, here's a content creator I enjoy, and he comes out saying I'm getting off of social media because I've dealt with sexual abuse before. And part of me was like, oh man, like, dude, that, like, all this Me Too stuff's happening, and here's a guy who gets looked at as being a chauvinist pig, and he's admitting, actually, no, he's been sexually abused, and he's taken it. I'm like, dude, then it comes to find out he did that because he was trying to dodge guilt from getting blamed. He was trying to be like, I'm the victim here. I'm not mentally well. So then he gives an apology tweet. And again, like I said, he announced, I admit to it all. I'm going to go to therapy for alcoholism and, blah, blah, blah. But in his apology tweet, so that was his YouTube announcement. The same day he got Me Too'd and he admitted it. He goes, yep, I've hurt people. But on his Twitter, in his apology, he tried to blame it on, he didn't think it was sexual assault and it was like the alcohol. So like, it was weird because he gave an admission to it on one platform, but then on this one, it was like he was undoing all that. And it didn't come off insincere at all. And that's what really hurt, is like, I don't think he actually cares, like, part of me worries he got his money's dipping. So yeah, like, Marilyn, that's a good point. Yeah. So like, it's crazy because you have the people giving I've truly got to take time to think of this and blah, blah, blah. But deep down, man, they're not really, if you read into the language, they're trying to be like, sorry you feel that way, or sorry you took it that way.
I withdraw what I said.
The thing with that YouTuber is he had seen an apology from a different, very popular female YouTuber that made a very sincere, I felt, apology for things that she had done in her quite distant past and had properly deleted a long time ago, not just like the day before he posted that apology video. And he decided that that was going to be his routine, is to follow suit with her, and I don't think it worked out for him in the same way it worked out for her.
Tends
But
not to work out when you actually don't mean it.
yeah,
When you reek of insincerity, man. Like, Dahlia knows if I'm, like, teasing her, if I'm being legit. Like, and I know I walk the fringe of being hard to tell if I'm being serious or not. But, like, even you could tell if I'm being insincere. It's pretty obvious. And someone like me that can hide it, it's obvious when I'm being phony, you know? It's almost like a lack of apology would have been better. Just don't even say anything if you're going to give that, you know? Like, you would have, I feel disrespected that you thought I would buy that. Oh, another part of that tweet when they said they were deleting their Twitter to get away from that negativity. They were like, I value my channel as being an escape from real life drama and harassment. And then he got Me Too and find out it's all true. And it's just like, there's a meme going around of them copy and pasting his announcement. Because it's like, yeah, I'm trying to run a fun channel that's accepting of all and is a safe space. And then it's like, oh, cue the Curb Your Enthusiasm music. What about you, Dahlia? Have you had it? Well, we know someone personally in our personal life that got Me Too, but
I actually have two, because I have the one that's the connection of me and you, and then I have one that would have been a connection of me and you if you had met up with me at the Twitch St. Louis meetup. Because you would have met him when I did.
oh, Jesus. Let's go. What do we got?
So, do you want
we'll just keep names out of it just for simplicity's sake.
Oh, I just was going to say, did you want to talk about the one of me and you first or the St. Louis one?
I'm leaving this one up to you. Let's go.
So, the Twitch St. Louis one is one that this streamer, I remember being weirded out by him. I met him I know, I apologize for my kid. He's actually fine. He's just playing because the phone video games don't have loud enough sound effects, so he has to obviously make his own.
sorry, I had to ask.
I didn't mean to like shout out like the message in the Discord. I wasn't gonna be able to keep a straight face. So.
It's okay.
But so the Twitch St. Louis meetup, I remember getting a weird vibe from this person because this was my very first Twitch meetup. I was like very much the green. I just recently got affiliate. I have business cards. I'm here to meet people and make connections. I like legit thought that's what you do. I thought I was going to like a conference of streamers. Like
I did that too.
Yeah, we all had our starter days of that. So I was still very much in that. I very much was the wide-eyed, naive, like easily could have been taken advantage of young streamer at this event. And this person was talking with me and like the few friends that I had already made that were all female friends, and they all gushed over him immediately. And he's like dropping references to like a gimmick he does on his stream. And I was like just blankly staring at him, smiling like, I'm sorry, should I is this a joke? Is this like an inside thing that I'm not understanding yet? And everyone was like, you don't know. He seemed legit offended and like hated me the rest of the night for not knowing who he was. Come to find out, almost every single one of the females that are involved in being around him, all of them, there's been like 6 so far that have come out to say that he strung them along for almost a year of gaslighting, abusing them, literally like forcing them through manipulation and the manipulation and gaslighting and abuse. He used all of it to make them like forced to help run his channel, like run his stream stuff.
Oh, that's gross.
There was so many levels. There's like one of the chicks had like a horrible breakdown because he screwed with her so much, and then she was at a convention that he was at with another one of his victims, and she heard them have sex from outside the room. Like, it's a whole thing. It is a massive, disgusting thing.
And how did you not know who they were?
Yeah, I
How
sat
dare
there
you?
like, pretty fucking glad I didn't know who you were now. Like, I was like, I didn't even have a lot of interaction with this person beyond this one meeting at the night. And even I was shook, like, I couldn't believe I had been in the presence of someone who would do things like this. And I don't know, to me, it was terrifying the knowledge that, like, you've met someone like that and you thought you were, like, getting to be as coworkers as streamers are. And it's like, then I had to have the realization of I couldn't have been because he was, I don't know how that worked, but I'm so like, obviously, I'm not gonna try and make a thing about his physical appearance, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't get it, but but it's like if I had been naive enough and desperate enough to make it as a streamer, I easily could have been another victim of it.
It gets real weird when, because I remember growing the channel and you're doing everything you can for viewers and you're networking, and I would host people similar viewer counts, and we would all get in each other's Discord, and you're trying to, but like it gets to a point where you forget that it's your stream, and like you are working hard to create it and it's your creation, and you got to have a separation. Hell, even I got issues with that. I've been through my own hell with that problem and finding out, hey, there's got to be a disconnect at some degree between you and your viewers, between you and your community. There's got to be some disconnect. Like, I'm not saying you can't be friends, because I do. I always talk about parasocial relationships, but I do consider some people in this community actual friends because I talk to them 8 hours a day. But at some degree, there's got to be a personal little filter. And I'm someone that used to stream and tell everyone, get in Discord, we'll be friends, DM. Like, I've been in that part of the Twitch community, that lifestyle. Man, it gets weird because, like, I can see why people would easily, like, want to manipulate or use their fame or use their clout a little bit. Like, I can see why. Because, you get a little attention, you're streaming, and you think you're growing your channel. But then it gets real weird because, yeah, you got a guy like that who, like, is like, I got someone in chat, Lady Ego, saying he felt her up during a hug. Dahlia's got her own story. Everyone in chat seems to know who they are. And it's like, oh, it gets weird because it's just, you gotta have a fucking disconnect, man. Like, it's like with my mods. I want them to help my channel, but to a degree, at the end of the day, it's my stream. What I say goes, and I gotta make decisions and do my own thing on my own time. When you get that weird, like, yeah, you'll do this for me and you'll do this and run this part of it, and it's this, and then you find out all that manipulation. It just gets ugly. It's a tricky, weird thing, and a lot of streamers fall susceptible to it. Like I said, I'm not innocent either. When I was growing my stream, I went through that issue. One of my biggest pieces of advices was make sure, like when I was up and coming, it was make sure you don't forget it's your channel. And that
Right.
message applies to a lot of shit, not just, the what we're talking about. What about you, Joe? Have you had a content creator that like you watch that just kind of like, damn, me too. Like they got me too and they're a piece of
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So there was a YouTuber who I watched, and he started becoming like a huge YouTuber, and he recommended a bunch of other channels, and like one of the guys was like another League of Legends player, and like he seemed super cool, and like I also felt like, oh, bad for him because like he did a lot of like sort of like one-on-one podcast kind of deal, like one on the, well, just solo, not one-on-one, and would sort of like talk about all his problems. Um, but then he ended up being a little too whiny for me, to put it in a nice way. Like I was just like, I don't know why I'm watching. Like I feel bad for this guy, but like I'm not gonna
You
contribute.
realize
Like
you
I
were
can't.
actively sitting down to feel bad. Like that's what you're doing at a point.
Yeah, and I was like, yeah, as much as I like respected the guy at the time, I was like, I can't. I'm not gonna keep watching him, and eventually stop making videos. So whatever. Come to find out, just recently, um, he was Me Too'd because he brought like he ended up like borrowing money from people, and like he owed probably over $50,000 to like a bunch of different people for like houses and stuff that he would like rent and then rent out to people. and then like he would bring in like up and coming kids who like wanted to be YouTubers and like probably did some stuff with them that he shouldn't have. Like it was not a good situation. And I was like, I'm glad I stopped following that guy.
Oh man. So going with what all three of you and what I said, Jay and Baldwin, I love how they put this, so I want to bring attention to it. Is it weird to be sad when you find a favorite streamer is such an abusive creep? It was almost like I mourned them. Yes, that's what I've been feeling. Because, what did you say? Because I supported them for so long, and it was like the person I thought they were is just dead now. It's a weird feeling. That's what I'm going through. That's a good way to put it. Thank you, Baldwin. Yes, it's like the YouTuber, the Fire Emblem content creator I watched. It was like, I don't feel, when I say I feel bad that he got Me Too'd, I'm not saying I feel bad because he got caught being a fucking predator. That's obviously, you need to go to jail for that shit or get help, whatever the extent of the damage was. And he needs to go get help and fix himself. It's 6 years for my case, 6 years of entertainment and a persona and someone you've laughed to and gotten advice through. And it's like, yeah, it's just that.
All tainted.
It's tainted. It's dead. Yeah. It's like you mourn the content. You mourn the creator's persona, I guess. Yeah, it's a good way to put it.
Yeah, I will say that's probably a good thing. One good thing that cancel culture does is like it does kind of call out all these people who are kind of being shitheads and
Yeah.
Yeah, it needed to come out for sure.
In a way, too. It's like, this will be weird and a little evil, but it's human of me in a way. Since we're all content creators, at least for me, when I see a big time person fuck up like that, it lets me know, hey, we're all human. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not rooting for him to get fucked up because, they did something horrible to get Me Too'd. But what I'm saying is there is that feeling of, we're all human here and we can all make mistakes. So it's a good reminder to like have your head on right. The topic says, why can't content creators stop fucking up? Like, if you're entertaining, dude, the reason why we're mourning you getting Me Too'd is because you're so entertaining. Why did you fuck it up, Ugh.
Well, that's the thing is like people on Twitch and YouTube and whatever, they get this like celebrity status about themselves and they get like the power feeling. And then some, obviously not all, but a lot of these, especially the ones that were like grooming minors and things, they get that power to their heads and they start using it for sexual purposes. And
the number
not
one,
okay.
I'm interrupting because the first thing I ever heard on a Twitch stream was from Team Spooky. He's a fighting game community streamer that does Evo. Evo's canceled because the runner of Evo got Me Too'd. I'll talk about him in a little bit, but he was a fighting game streamer, and he's very well known in the fighting game community, and he goes, for any Twitch streamers that get a partner badge, watch yourself. He goes, on Twitch, that's a free badge to whatever gender you're into. He goes, that is power you have there. And I mean, it's true. When I got partner, the amount of DMs, hey, not in a sexual way, just, hey, you're a streamer. Hey, could you host me? Hey, like, not even sexually. When you have a partner badge, at least back then, because they're more common now. But when you had a partner badge, that was like saying, hey, I got power and clout. And you got to be careful with that. Again, I went through my own issues with this. I've publicly talked about them. I've said my sorries. I fucked up. And a lot of streamers do. It's something you easily fall into because at the end of the day, we're all Twitch streamers. We're all nerds. We all like a little attention. And when you're streaming and if you get that partner badge, you're like, oh, look, I'm getting rewarded. So you feel a little bit of that fame. And it can get to someone that's a little bit susceptible. It can get to their head pretty quick. It did me for a little bit there, and I had to humble myself real fast. And I can see why. And that's why I'm letting this be a message to anybody listening if you're a content creator. Careful. Because we're all human and everyone has feelings, and it's real easy to get in your own head when you're growing on Twitch and you're getting a little clout. It's real easy to use that for bad, and all of us are guilty, or all of us can be guilty of it. So please be careful and be responsible.
And remember, you're not that powerful. And everyone that's in your chat is your equal. Like, regardless of how many viewers or how much money you make on Twitch, they're human too.
We all get up and put our pants on.
You don't know how old they are. You don't know what gender they are unless they tell you.
Yep.
So treat them like they told us in kindergarten. Treat other people how you would like to be treated.
It's like, it's insane to me, the amount of judgment that goes on in a Twitch chat. Not saying my community, just in general. And I kind of want to smack everybody. Hey, you do know we're all nerds playing games on the internet, right? It's like that guy that was in my channel with a fucking profile picture of him flexing, calling us cringe. And I'm like, dude, you're on Twitch. You're admitting you have no life like us. What the fuck are you doing? And it's like, people got to remember, dude, we're all human and we're not above anybody else. We all got to put our pants on one leg at a time, or whatever we wear, one fucking strap at a time.
I think even though it does have that like hurt for their communities, I also do have to say, in addition to reminding streamers that they are human, I think it's a great reminder to the communities, like, streamers aren't infallible. They can do fucked up stuff. And even now during like I remember mentioning it in the Discord, like, some of the gross things now is like, there's some communities that they want to cling to who they thought the streamer was so hard. They are making some disgusting excuses for the stuff that they do.
Oh, it's so gross, the lack of accountability or the fucking displacement. It pisses me off. Own up. Dude, I'm sitting here on my own podcast recounting the time I fucked up last year. Like, you got to just admit that shit if you're wanting to grow and move on. And they don't have to forgive you, and I don't expect it. But you got to have accountability. You just come off as gross when you're just, you're saying, no, it was this and that, no, this and that, and this and that. Dude, at the end of the day, man, we all fuck up. It's a two-way street. Yeah, sorry, Dahlia, you hit a nerve there. You're so right.
Well, and I mean, because some of them too, like the one in particular that I know I was referencing, the streamer even admitted it. They admitted what they did, and the community still acts like it didn't happen. Or like,
that pisses me off.
Or they asterisked it. Like, the streamer admitted it, and the chat added an asterisk.
It's like people think if you admit it, it exonerates them, and it's like, no. Like, when I admit my miscomings, dude, there's gonna be people pissed at me still. Saying sorry doesn't fix everything. It just means you're owning up to your fucking side of it.
No one has to accept an apology.
Yeah, it's good on you to apologize, but you also need to be prepared to have an internal fucking debt because you fucked up and they're not going to accept it. You can say sorry and grow, but they don't have to accept it, and you shouldn't expect it to, yeah. And that, like Dahlia said, that doesn't mean your streamer's infallible.
And not only that, not only do you not have like a right to be that's not the way I want to word it, but like, not only do they not owe you forgiveness, other people can't forgive you for them. Like,
oh yes,
and forgive you in favor of the people you actually fucked up with.
Yeah.
By the way, random reminder, there's no one trying to get in. If someone joins in the podcast, they can just hop in, right? I'm making sure I don't got to double check.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure the room was okay. I would have felt bad if I locked the room because I haven't been checking because I have you guys full screened, so I can't check Discord.
No, you're good. Nobody said anything in the Discord.
This has been a cozy podcast. I want to keep going. Moon said it pretty good. Don't meet he jokingly, because he's not going to another TwitchCon or a BlizzCon. Moon said, "Don't meet your heroes." He goes, if you want to keep the illusion up, don't ever meet your heroes. You're going to find out a lot more. Like, that's why I always joke with you guys in the chat right now. I'm never going to another TwitchCon or doing another meetup. You don't want to meet me. Don't meet your heroes. I'll give you the illusion that I'm a good content creator. No, I like what Marilyn said, and this goes along with Lady Ego in the chat. Lady Ego brings up a good point. I dated someone not because they were a partner, but I don't know. I thought that the badge meant I didn't have to worry about things as much. You have a partner right here that actively will tell you, no, we're not perfect. I fucked up hardcore when I got my partnership. I was stupid, and I wasn't playing my cards right, and I acted like an ignorant asshole. We're not, and that's a good point to bring up. Partner just means you streamed enough and maybe networked enough or played the game well enough. You got enough viewers and subs to make you got enough to get a little badge, and you get a couple extra percentages of your cuts. That's it, you know? You're still a human, and I get that sentiment. It's real easy to see that partner badge, and it's almost like the blue check mark on Twitter. You're more likely to believe them because, oh, that's official. That little purple check mark on Twitch means, oh, they're a partner. But I think that's actually going away because the partner requirements are so low and affiliates are getting so many benefits that partners have now. Partners kind of go on the wayside of like being that important. Like, it's still important, but it's not like, you know, what the time frames that Dahlia and Marilyn and we're all talking about, that was when partnership meant even more. But it's a badge and it means something, and you got to be careful with it. Yeah,
to
same
think
way. Yeah, I was reading. Sorry, I was reading chat. Same way people assume celebrities and athletes are supposed to be perfect. Yeah, exactly. That's why, dude. I remind you, Chad. I'm human, man. I'll fuck up and snap at people and have to DM them later, or I'll, get grouchy. But sometimes chat's got to remember, dude. We're humans behind this screen. Like we get bad days and we're grouchy, and I wake up dehydrated and miserable, stub my toe, yell at my cat. It's a bad day. Don't want to stream because it's just all going bad, but got to do it. We're human. We're gonna make mistakes. It's just a lot of people forget they're human. That's another thing too. A lot of streamers forget they're human. You're not infallible because you got a little internet clout. Do you guys see this getting worse before it gets better? Or are you guys expecting another avalanche of like names being released? Because it seems like to me it's only picking up steam.
I feel like the biggest sign to me that it's probably going to get even bigger. I saw on Twitter today an article written by the co-founder of a group that was kind of largely known for essentially creating cancel culture. Like they were the ones who got Alex Jones off the air. The co-founder was a woman and came out with a big long article telling all the truth about the male other co-founder, gaslighting her, locking her out of a lot of the interviews and a lot of the content of the group and the group's press and things like that. That to me is a huge one, and that's going to be a giant snowball, I think.
Well, and if she doesn't mysteriously commit suicide by way of bullets in the back of her skull, what's her name? Christina Maxwell? What's that her name, or Gladwell?
Ghislaine Maxwell.
Ghislaine Maxwell. With all this Me Too stuff happening, and then if, like I said, unless she somehow strangulates herself via bullets in the back of the skull, or she somehow gets food poisoning via strangulation through the neck, because that's, dude, Weinstein, somehow just cameras and the top security just oopsie daisy, oops.
It's Epstein.
Harvey
Weinstein's still alive.
But they both did fucked up shit, right? They both did.
Yes, but
okay.
Epstein, Weinstein,
So like,
I will say the Netflix special about Jeffrey
Epstein. Oh,
Epstein
I can't watch, dude. It is, but it's so it's hard to watch, knowing what those girls went through and shit, dude.
Yeah.
Holy fuck, I tried. Dahlia, we gotta try it. It's good. It's just it's hard. You'll cry.
There's also another one that's that was made by Alex Winter, the guy involved in Bill and Ted. He made a documentary about child actors and child stars, and it dips into a lot of the stuff that was connected to Epstein, a lot of the Hollywood like parties and things like that.
I like what Overload Moger said. She's gonna die from COVID-19 mysteriously via 2 bullets in the back of the skull.
Pay attention to that one. That's all I'm saying.
The gun was called COVID in 19. That was the bullet's name. I don't know. But I can see it getting worse because what Alex said about, that going on, and then you have this person going to testify and stuff, and then it's already building momentum. Dude, okay, what's your over-under Las Vegas betting? Who's the most unassuming person that you think is going to get Me Too'd? Just as a joking wild guess. This is an evil one, but who do you think? Like, who's the Mr. Rogers that's going to get Me Too'd?
I've actually heard whispers about Tom Hanks not actually being as good as Tom Hanks claims.
No, not Tom Hanks.
I've already heard stories saying that Tom Hanks might not actually be like the nice dad everyone claims. He's more like the dad who in secret might have a problem.
Yeah, someone in chat, he literally played Mr. Rogers. Fuck.
True.
Who's your over-under? Mine? Who do I think is going to get the big cancellation? I mean, I don't know. I feel weird name dropping. Actually, this is probably not a good one to do. It's just because you're name dropping, it gets weird. I really.
All your name drops.
Well, the Tom Hanks one isn't a streamer. I'm trying to think of a celebrity I don't want. Morgan Freeman would be mine if I had to go for a celebrity. Like Samuel Jackson. No, Keanu Reeves. That's my pick.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna put that evil out in the world, but that was what I was thinking.
I'll do it for you, Joe. I'll do it. I'll take the bullet on that one.
Nope.
Dude, if I see something like, cause man, you root for Keanu. Everyone around him's died. His girlfriend died. His children's died. Like he's had Keanu Reeves has a John Wick backstory IRL, and it would suck to find out he's also a piece of shit. But Keanu's the master of he even goes as far as taking photos doing hover hand to make sure it looks like he's not grabbing women. So I think he might be. I think he's safe. I hope. Don't take Keanu Reeves, man. The 5th podcast member making a cameo real quick. She's gotten over her TOS Twitch ban. She's gotten over her Twitch ban, so now she's back trying to...
She had her hour ban.
She got her hour ban for trying to do a My OnlyFans. It's cool.
Well, of course.
Oh.
Oh, no. Imagine like I'm video messaging her and then this little daughter just woo, 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 woo. Hey, what's up? So, right back. No, it ain't done. It's going to be 5 more times. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait. No, she gave up. Okay, she made a fool out of us all. No, earlier I tried to get Manchi on Cat Cam as a joke, and I was going to put him overlaid on my screen, but Manchi also doesn't feel like being on the podcast, so. All right. Now, where do we go from this Me Too? All right, jokes aside, on the room. Okay, Dal, you got to kick her out. Jokes aside, you got to kick her out.
All right, I got
kick her out.
I got a good one.
All right, what do you got?
What have you bought during the Steam sale?
Nothing. I was good.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I
I
bought nothing.
bought Oryx cells and the Steam Summer Shop stuff.
Oh, I did buy something. We bought new controllers for our Vive. Not on
There you
sale,
go.
but during the Steam sale.
Oh, there you go. You got your you got your workshop points.
Yeah, exactly.
Dahlia, you bought a couple of games.
I bought Ori and the Blind Forest and shit. What was
I was gonna say we screen shared it too.
Dishonored?
Dishonored, yeah. Well, just like me, that's crazy how me and your game taste overlaps. Just like me, you played Dishonored for 2 hours and went nah. And it's such a good game. Everyone says it's a good game. By all means, I've heard it's a great game, but I just couldn't get into Dishonored. I couldn't do it.
I thought it would be so. I actually love stealth. I adore stealth in games. I hate this game's stealth.
Well, in the game, Dishonored feels like a giant case of you need a guidebook throughout the entirety of it because you'll miss so many hidden things. And like you weren't supposed to go in this room for it. It gets weird if you want the pacifist ending, which of course I want when I play it. And then, yeah. We got the drink delivery. What did you buy, Joe? Because I'm assuming you brought up the topic for a reason. What's up, man?
Yeah, I bought Dicey Dungeons. That was on sale for half off. I already unlocked that 6th character, and it's my favorite.
Fuck, I haven't beaten it with the witch yet, so I have it.
The witch was the toughest one for me.
Yeah,
but it's good. And then I bought Darkwood because I've
Nice.
been eyeing that game for a while, and I need a spooky game.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and I saw it was on sale for like $3.50, and it's a blast from the past from when I was 10 years old. I bought Sonic Adventure 2.
Nice.
Oh, nice. Wait, they have a Steam port for it?
There's a Steam port for it. I think it may have just released too on the sale. Yeah, it was like $3.50 for the entire thing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's I've been playing it all day. I feel like I'm 10 years old again.
Oh, man, you got that running around at the speed of sound. You're going down the fucking highway on the skateboard, dude.
I also remember so many cool things about that game, like all the Knuckles stuff, like we going around
Yes.
finding shit, and then I
Rogue
play it,
too,
and I'm
right?
like,
Knuckles and Rogue?
Knuckles and Rouge. I thought it was Rogue, but it's Rouge.
Rouge.
Yeah, I then I played, like I had so many fond memories, and then I played it, and I was like, this is ass.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, dude. The Knuckles Rouge hide and go seek, or what was it, hot and cold? Fuck that shit. And then, like, what, you could play Big the Cat and Fish?
Oh my god, I'm waiting for that moment because I
Yeah.
keep seeing him around the game. I'm like, oh, is it this one? I thought it was the deluxe game that was before this or whatever.
Then you got the whole KO Cow Chow Garden or whatever.
Oh man, I've already got 2 Chows who are like ready to evolve into their angel and demon forms. I'm
Oh, yeah.
grinding it out. It's so fun.
Obviously, Taller Toast is now playing Fallout New Vegas, but I've been What have I been eyeing up that I want to play next? I know Exo Hammy bought me fucking Monster Train, and that looks amazing. I want to do Dicey Dungeons again. Nothing really stuck out to me because I still have games I want to play, and I already own them. So like, I couldn't justify
Same.
buying anymore. Yeah, but I bought Orc Cell, so there's that.
It's I I wish Deadly Premonition 2 came out on Steam.
Yeah, that Switch exclusive shit kind of sucks.
I was so heartbroken. I had no idea it was going to be Switch exclusive. I didn't pay attention this whole time that it was going to be exclusive.
Well, to be fair, it originally came out on, if I remember, it came out on just the Xbox 360 in its original release, and then it moved on to PC and PS4 and all that, so, or PS3. So, like, I mean, it's not like it didn't start that way either, but it is disappointing. Apparently, there's like frame rate issues with it, not good ones, not like, Deadly Premonition meme enhancing frame rate. Apparently, like, they had to release a patch for it, but other than that, though, everyone's reporting it's just as good as the first. Like, and that's so comforting to hear when because for those that don't know, Deadly Premonition, and I will be streaming this, I have it installed. It's a very, very Twin Peaks style game. Purposely made. It was made by an indie developer, so they had a limited budget, so they knew that it was going to look scuffed, so they made it as scuffed as possible, and it's part of the charm. The main character speaks to a voice in his head, and he goes over fucking movie trivia, and it's a charming game. It looks terrible. The cutscenes make no sense. The dialogue is awesomely bad, and the voice acting's awesomely bad. But man, is it a great game. So they made a sequel. And everyone was saying Deadly Premonition was really, you've probably, for those that have heard of it, you probably only heard of it because you've seen a fucked up cutscene from it, or you've heard how shitty, crazy, weird it is. So everyone's like, man, how is the second game going to live up to that? Apparently the devs would find bugs and leave them in the game. They would there was like a slight frame rate stutter that they would leave in areas to make it scuffed. So apparently they purposely made it scuffy, and it's just as good as the first game. And that is very tricky to do, in my opinion, because you have hype, you have anticipation of how it's going to match the previous game, and apparently it blows it away. I'm excited for some Deadly Premonition 2.
Yeah, let's just make the game suck a little bit. That'll show them.
I mean, seriously, dude, it's like, that was part of the charm. It was.
I would have been mad if it was a good game. I would have actually been upset if they did.
Dude, if it had state-of-the-art graphics, I wouldn't have played it. Like, dude, fuck off. Give me my fucking scuffed game. Horizon Zero Dawn's coming out on Steam too. Dude, Steam ports have been going crazy. They got Persona 4 Golden, which leads the way to every Persona game being ported, including 5, which I'm very excited about. You have all the Resident Evils that just got ported and put on sale, all the Final Fantasies. I'm fucking excited, man. Steam's doing it big. I love this. Put everything on Steam shit. Please do it more.
Just gotta be careful about those lazy ports.
Okay, what's the laziest port? Mine's Resident Evil 4. If anybody played the Resident Evil 4 Steam port, holy shit. Anyway, go ahead, Marilyn.
Final Fantasy VIII.
Ooh, the original, because they just made another remaster that's apparently not scuffed, but.
That one's kind of bad too.
No.
I mean, yeah.
No, that's my favorite Final Fantasy. No.
I mean, it is my favorite Final Fantasy, but I think even the remaster they did, I think that was a lazy remaster too. Like, the only thing they changed was like the character models.
8 always gets that treatment though, dude. 8's
I know,
the
it makes me
bastard
so
child.
sad.
Yeah.
It's my favorite. I love it so much.
So Marilyn, you know what this is. The original Steam port of FF8 literally was unplayable visually. It looked terrible.
Yeah, it's unplayable.
They
And
replaced
like
the music
controls are
with-
bad, and it was
The music quality was very much lessened. Ugh.
Yeah, it was garbage.
What about you, Dahlia? What's the worst Steam port?
Probably the worst.
So like a game you played on console and then like it came out on Steam later and you're just like, what the fuck?
I don't even know because I don't really get a lot of them. I think probably shit, I forget the title of it. There was like I actually don't remember if it was originally on console, but there was never mind. Nope, I lost it.
We'll come back. It's all good. That's understandable.
I haven't played a lot of ported games because I was a console specific player up until I started streaming. And so I'm still new to Steam. So I'm like, I don't want to fucking play my old console games. I want to play the good computer shit I couldn't have before.
I will personally argue I'm going to add in Dead Rising 2 because in Dead Rising 2 on Steam, they never included controller support, but you can still go in the game and go into options and controller settings and change it. And
Wait, you did remind me of one. Mirror's
go
Edge
for it.
is garbage.
Yes. Oh, yeah. That Steam port is pretty fucking bad. From what I saw you screen sharing, oh, man.
If you try to force it into windowed mode, you can't use a controller. Otherwise, your character will move like she's a frame-by-frame slow motion.
Oh, no. That's never a good look. What about you, Joe? What's the worst Steam port, dude?
Yeah, so I really like this one game, and then they made an FPS version out of it called Death Garden. I didn't like that.
Oh, yeah, man, that game last year, dude, it had, Discord only release. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, what a terrible DVD port.
We'll say it's not a port, but like I played Elder Scrolls Oblivion on Xbox originally, and then I tried to play it on Steam after I had already played Skyrim, and I tried playing it with keyboard and mouse, and that was not good.
Oh, dude, and then getting Oblivion to run on modern PCs without having weird issues and shit.
Yeah.
That's what I was scared of with Fallout, and that's why the guide I followed made sure to tell you this works on PCs as of, because Fallout, dude, the amount of overtime streams I've been doing, I'll have some guy wander in and go, how is your computer running Fallout so stable? And I'm like, damn, is it that hard to do? Like, Jesus. What's the best Steam port? What's a game where you were like, damn, this is pretty flawless? So ironically, Dead Rising 2 was one of the worst Steam ports, but Dead Rising 1 was one of the best. It had mod support, instant controller support, lets you fucking like get 60 FPS. It was beautiful. What about you guys?
Catherine.
Really?
I thought Catherine was perfect. It literally, to me, it felt no different playing it on PC versus when I was playing it on my PlayStation. I thought that was a great port.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of one because, to be honest, these days, most of the games I play are on my PC anyways.
Yeah,
So
nowadays it's harder to like compare a port because I'm almost exclusively PC now.
Yeah, I play some on console, but it's 98% PC.
Yeah, I was a Nintendo console kid, so like I
They
still
don't port
have
those.
many of
Yeah,
I don't have many ports.
those. I mean, you might get a Mario tech demo on the Unreal Engine. Like, that's about all you get, I know, like, what really stings is I've set up emulators, allegedly. I've set up emulators, and, like, you play PS1 games on them, and you could set your own filters, plugins, editing. You can fucking edit everything, and they look great. I mean, it's still a PlayStation 1 game, but it's like, that's technically you just ported it to PC, right? And then Steam does it, and they port the shit, and you're just like, dude, I can emulate this easier than you just fucking ported it. It makes no sense. It feels like the Steam guys, some of the companies, they just go, well, it's on Steam, wipe the hands, time to go home, I guess.
It's a PC release.
Yeah, hey, it's on Steam,
Money,
and you can buy it. We'll take your money now, please.
They treat it like basic bitch YouTube. They just like upload the file directly, nothing else done to it.
Just wipe the hands and go. Just, you done. You're out of there. All right. Next topic, Dead by Daylight. What do we feel? No. Let's see. So with Corona, I know it's kind of made game releases kind of hectic, but unchanged, but not. But are there any, I know everyone's going to say Cyberpunk 2077, but like, is there any upcomers that you're kind of low-key hyped for? I'm going to start and unfortunately say it's a guilty pleasure, but yes, I love rhythm games, so I am looking forward to the Kingdom Hearts rhythm game. I'll come clean because I love rhythm games and I have a problem.
I actually would love to play that because the soundtracks for that game are so, the games, all of them are so good, and it actually looks like it's going to be hella fun.
Oh yeah. Now, another thing I'm looking forward to, but this might take 10 more years. Apparently, they're modding Fallout 4 to have the entirety of New Vegas in it, and that's probably when I'm going to play it again. So if that gets completed within any reasonable amount of time, that's pretty hype too. So we'll go with Joe on this one. I got to take an AFK on this topic. I'm sorry. I'll come back ASAP. I got to go to the bathroom. Joe, what's any up-and-comers or anything you're really excited for?
So since you said the mod of Fallout New Vegas in Fallout 4, I will say they're trying to make a mod of Oblivion in Skyrim, and I'm really excited for that. I'm in a Discord
Ooh.
server that posts like really beautiful pictures to that and like all the work they're doing, and it looks so good. Also, Hollow Knight Silksong
Oh.
and Breath of the Wild 2.
I'll be right back, but I got to say, that's the only way I'll ever play Oblivion if it's in Skyrim's engine, so that's got me kind of low-key hype. Okay, I'll BRB. Dahlia, you carry the stream, or Marilyn, you guys carry the stream. Just talk about up-and-coming games, or you can ADD off. I'll be right back in like 5 minutes.
No, I've been obsessed about the same one for ages, and it's made worse because I didn't buy it. Someone literally gifted me the pre-order for it. So it's like, I have it. If I go to my library in Steam, it's sitting there saying I own it, but you can't do
Just
anything.
staring at you.
It's Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, and we don't even have a release date. We have a release quarter. They say it's going to be released sometime in like the third quarter of 2020.
Oh no.
They have given us nothing else specific, and I don't mind because they pushed it back because they wanted to make sure everything was good, because that was what killed the first one. They rushed it out. It got released the same time as a fucking Half-Life game, which it almost did again. They rushed it out to compete with a Half-Life game the first time they made Vampire the Masquerade. They fucked it up. It's unfinished. The only thing that lets you play it now is that the people who play it are so obsessed with it, we've modded it to be capable of playing. I want this to be good so bad. I just want it.
Soon, TM.
Plus, there's a really hot, possibly romanceable character.
I have a couple. Oh, go ahead, Joe.
Oh, I was gonna say there's a meme subreddit for Hollow Knight that posts like memes about Silksong and stuff coming out, and they're just like the feels bad guys and all this stuff, like when is our game coming out, whatever, and then it's like the devs like, oh, we're working as hard as we can, and then like underneath it is just like the Chad bros like, we don't have an update for your game yet, and then it's like all the players are like, we know, we're excited, we're ready for it, take your time. Sorry,
Yeah.
that's it. Go ahead.
That's all right. Yeah, the ones I'm excited for is one I've mentioned before, which is The Forest 2, which if you have not played The Forest, please go play The Forest. It is a great story. A little weird, kind of spooky, but a great story. Definitely worth it. I don't know when The Forest 2 is coming out, but I'm ready for it.
So I have a question. Forest was that game where it's kind of like 7 Days to Die, where you're like at a campground guarding against cannibals.
Yes.
That game actually had a story, because I was watching a streamer,
Yep.
and I'm gonna spoil The Forest for everyone that cares. Are there multiple endings in that game? Because the ending I saw, they take like a plane. They take like a plane and go to a game show. There's like a game show.
Yeah, that's the end.
Okay, so that is what I saw. I didn't know that game had a story, but The Forest does look incredible.
Yeah, I think the most I played with is like 4 or 5 people, so it can be multiplayer. You can play it by yourself if you want to. I will say it's pretty hilarious with friends, because you do have to like build your own base, and there's like explosives and cannibals with multiple legs and armsy and legsy and things.
Okay.
Big giant ones. Oh, there's also one that's really funny. You can find this like can of paint, and you could like douse yourself in this red paint, and this one sect of the cannibals will just follow you like you're their leader. Which was amusing until my boyfriend brought them back to camp. He's like, they love me, it'll be okay. And then they massacred the rest of us because we didn't have the paint on us. Only he had the paint. But yeah, it's a great game. Definitely
It's like
play the
those
forest.
games where you can. It's like in those games where you can have companions and you can dress as the enemy side, but then your companions don't dress as them, and you're just like, oh. But the game doesn't see the companions as real people, so they're just like, fine, you're disguised, whatever, dude. Just let them on in. It's fine. It's fine. What's up, Dal? You look like you were raising your hand. What's up?
No, I just for some reason I thought I thought of the episode of Family Guy. You guys are idiots. They're gonna be looking for soldiers. They're not gonna be looking for people.
Yeah, the big ass clown. They're gonna be looking for a clown.
Oh, my second one is the Lord of the Rings Gollum game that they've released some of the images for.
Ooh.
That looks really cool.
Ooh.
And there's
Yeah.
also they're doing a Lord of the Rings MMO, so I guess technically that's the third one. Another
Are they
MMO.
making another Shadow of series? Are they making
I-
another Shadow of game? Because, man, Shadow of Mordor and Shadow of War were so
I think
goddamn
so,
good.
actually.
Those games were
Yeah.
so goddamn good. The fact
Yeah, I
that
think
the
they
enemy
are.
generals became immune to how you killed them. So they were like mini, what was that? What was that character in DC? Is it Doomsday? Where if you kill him, he comes back immune to it? Like, dude, every orc general eventually, and they would talk shit to you too. I loved it. Like, you'd get in battle and they're like, you killed me, stranger. Now I'm blah, blah, blah. You're not going to get me again. And then you put an arrow in their head and you're like, fuck you, dude. But no, the Shadow of War series was so unique because, like, the AI actually learned how you played. And, like, you couldn't get away with your same cheesy shit. I'm sorry. You mentioned Lord of the Rings and got me on a tangent.
Yeah, well, those are good. I agree.
So they're making one called, is it Gollum? Like, it's literally you play
Gollum.
Gollum?
Yeah. I don't know, like, there's not like a whole lot of story that they've released about it, but they've done some like concept art and things, and it looks interesting for sure. I'm intrigued. We'll put it that way.
I definitely would want to hear more about that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty early in development as far as I've heard, but looks cool.
This is really tripping my nostalgia up because now I'm thinking about that old GameCube game, Return of the King.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I played the shit out of the Return of the King game.
Wasn't that like a JRPG or something, or was that an action game?
It was, I think it was an action game, but you could actually do like multiplayer with friends and like
Yes.
co-op the entire thing.
They had the
It
two
was so
towers.
good.
They had the two
Yeah.
towers version as well. Yeah, and you could.
Yeah.
The last battle was you both, and like you could play Gimli and Legolas on top of the
Yeah.
two towers fighting that shit. Oh, I loved that game as a kid.
I specifically remember there was like the part where you play as Aragorn and you have to like, get like the Ghost King or whatever.
Yes.
I don't know. It must have been really hard or something because I like remember that like vividly and thought it was like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh, someone in chat said the new Spider-Man game, the sequel to the PS4 Spider-Man game. Fuck
Oh,
yes, and
yeah.
twice on Sunday. That game is so goddamn good.
You know what? I was trying to see if there's been an update because I was reminded too. Still no update on a specific. Little Nightmares 2
Yeah.
was still announced, supposed to release this year.
I'm almost upset because Little Nightmares 1, for those that have played it, you'll know this, like, it looks like there's sections hollowed out at the end that look like it's for multiple episodes and DLC, and they never did anything but one DLC. I'm glad they're making a sequel. I just kind of wish they would have made more DLC in between, because I love Little Nightmares. That's such a good little game. Uh-oh, the serious face is happening. She's looking it up.
Oh no,
Oh,
I'm just reading about.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
I'm reading about
posted
No,
the
a
I was looking at
paragraph.
Dahlia. Dahlia was looking stuff up. I could tell she had the concentration hacker face. I'm in. What do we
No,
got,
I-
Dahlia? News report. What do we got? Chat me up.
No, I was reading what Marilyn posted. Now I'm like, I want to play the Gollum game. I'm
Yeah, it
excited.
was
I'm
just a
excited now
little
for that
blurb.
too.
Yeah.
You guys
Yeah,
got to stop
basically
typing.
plays
I can't read that stuff.
All
I'm
right.
running a stream here. We're running a podcast. Say it out loud. This is what we're here for. Stop talking in a secret private chat. I can't read that stuff.
Oh, you want me to read it?
No, talk out. We're on a podcast where we're talking to each other, and you guys are secretly having conversations amongst you three. Say it out loud. Let's talk about it on a podcast. What do we got? What is it?
It looks
You guys
really
are having
good.
a cool kids club conversation when no one else is able to join.
So what caught my eye is the blurb that Merylwyn posted talks about Lord of the Rings Gollum, the new game coming out. The thing that sticks out to me, it says it takes advantage of Gollum's dual personalities.
Oh,
I am
there's gonna be
fascinated to find out what
mechanics.
that means.
Oh, I bet you. What, we're gonna get some like Well, I mean, they kind of had it with Lord of the Rings Shadow of series. You could put the ring on and go in the Netherworld, but yeah. They'll probably go with like nice Smeagol and evil Gollum or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, they're
Did you
calling it a
guys see-
stealth action adventure. So
Ooh, stealth kills as
That's gonna be
Gollum?
good.
Can you imagine like trying to strangulate an orc as Gollum? Like you get on his back and start stabbing him, Shadow of the Colossus style.
What if you have to fish and you have to break their little fish necks?
Think of like how good graphics are though. You're gonna be able like if it's POV like style. Think of
Oh.
like Gollum's skin that you're gonna see.
You're gonna see every follicle of his
Oh,
like 3
yeah.
hairs he has.
It's gonna be PS5 and Xbox whatever, so it's it's gonna be good graphics wise. And also another thing it says it's the scenery is based on Tolkien's own drawings of Middle Earth.
Oh, shit.
So I'm just gonna sit there and just stare at Middle Earth. That's all I'm gonna do.
Hi guys, welcome to this. Like we're gonna catch Merylwyn streaming it. Hey guys, welcome to the stream. We're not actually playing the story. We're just gonna walk around.
I
Yeah, we're
remember,
just looking.
dude, like in
We're
Witcher
just
3,
nerding
that's
out
all
right
I
now.
did. I remember in Witcher 3, you walk out
Oh
on
yeah.
the winter hole, and you just, dude, I just stared like, whoa, because Witcher
It's
3
so
was
pretty.
it was one of the first current games I played on this new PC when I got it, and I just remember just like, whoa, this game is insane.
I will say, if you like Middle Earth and you're okay with Minecraft, there is a Minecraft server that they're rebuilding the entirety of Middle Earth to scale.
Holy shit.
It is really cool. I've actually gone through part of it on my stream. Moria is still not done. They've been working on this for a decade, and they have not finished Moria. And it is already just massive. Like, the only thing I think they don't have finished, they have Gondor done, they don't have Mordor done. They don't have, like, the Lonely Mountain done, but, like, Lothlorien is there, Rivendell is there, like, you have, like, all of Hobbiton, like, all of it, even, like, the little, like, itty-bitty towns that they just mention in the Silmarillion and stuff, like, it's all book lore, it's not movie lore.
Ooh, that's nerds gonna be happy about that one.
It's really, really cool. I highly recommend you could go like you could just fly around and look at everything. You can teleport to places. Like we actually like walked. They have like footsteps where you can follow the fellowship. Like to book lore, they have like footsteps that go through the fellowship's path. Really
That
cool.
gigantic Minecraft construction and like 1-to-1 ratio building impresses me. Like people that make the entirety of the Empire State Building in Minecraft or an entire Grand Canyon replica block per block. It's just like they're not just making a miniature version of it in Minecraft like a kid would. They're like literally taking an entire server, right? And they're like doing almost like 3D sculpting in a way, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I've got a cousin who's recreating the city of Chicago in Minecraft.
Jesus, like we're talking almost like mile per mile.
Yeah.
That's insane. And that's art.
Yeah.
Like you can call it almost jokingly like it's tracing, but dude, not only are you recreating, you're doing it in a game and you're confined by the constructs of that game too, which is insane that people are so creative with it.
Yeah, there's a Westeros too, if you're into Game of Thrones. They have like the entire
Whoa.
continent of Westeros that's done. Oh, that's sick.
Hang on, important question though. Is it called the Sears Tower on his server or not?
Ooh, good question. I don't actually know.
Why would that be contested?
They
Because it's
changed
the
the name.
Willis Tower.
Yeah, they changed it. It's not Sears Tower anymore. I don't know anyone that calls it that.
Yeah.
My friend recreated the entire mansion of Resident Evil 1, but he didn't do it on like, an impressive scale like that where you can zoom in and see every detail. He did it on where like you walk in and it's like a normal house size, but like he made the Resident Evil 1 mansion and even had a dog in one of the rooms walking around and they're one of the wolves. But that is so impressive too, man. I can't imagine like a Lord of the Rings one or even like a Star Wars one or something.
Yeah,
A
they have a Harry
BioShock
Potter one
recreation.
too. I think the Harry Potter one is actually like an adventure you can go through.
Oh, that would be so cool. Because you said your Lord of the Rings one, they can like literally walk through it, right? Like they can like
You can walk through, yeah. So someone went through and actually mapped out like which way the Fellowship went through the book lore. Like you go through like Tom Bombadil's house, who Tom Bombadil is not in the movies because everyone hates
That's
Tom
right.
Bombadil.
Yeah. That pissed my dad off they
But-
didn't put him in the movies because that was his favorite character.
I mean, he's everyone's favorite character to hate. Because it's basically Tolkien's reason to just write poetry, because that's all he really wanted to do in the first place, was be a poet.
So Tom Bombadil's almost like a fourth wall breaking, like, hey, here's some poetry time.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I wrote this poetry. Let me just put 20 pages of it into my book I'm writing.
Listen,
That's
okay,
fine. Tolkien's a genius. I don't hate on him for it.
I was gonna say the man created 12 fictional languages.
absolutely.
Okay, so yeah,
Yeah.
we'll give him a
Yeah.
pass. Fuck it.
Yeah, we'll let him have Tom Bombadil. We just don't need him in the movies. That's fine.
Is that?
Now, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that character is like making me think of a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There were those aliens that would torture people by reading them their terrible poetry.
Oh God, that reminds me of Scanner Darkly, where the guy dies and the entity rereads every sin he committed for his whole life back to him. Like, oh man, I'm sorry that's random, but that just reminded me of that. That is my torture. If you had to sit and recount every bad thing you did in your entire life over again, second for second. Ooh.
It was like minuscule bad things.
Yeah, he was like, you didn't say excuse me to the 6th grade teacher. And I'm like, damn, like that's, oh man, this dude's going to be here a while. Can we just skip high school? That one was just a collective middle finger in my life. Can we not? I know I'm looking forward to, oh shit, it was just on the tip of my tongue. Fuck. Oh, they're apparently remastered. I think it's like a full-on remake, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. That's coming out soon.
Ooh.
Yes.
Oh,
So if you'll remember,
soon.
they made a Steam version that was a port of the Xbox 360 arcade version, and that came with DLC. I own all of it, and they took it down last year, and apparently it comes to find out it's because they reached an agreement and they're going to be making a remaster for Steam, so that's going to be fun. Posture check, man, come on, bro.
There's also Skate 4. They announced that at
Yup.
EA's thing.
The new Paper Mario Origami King
Yep.
looks amazing.
That actually does look really cool.
I just saw a trailer before we started the podcast. It may have been why I was late because my mouth was on the floor. I was like, what?
Ooh, there's another game. Not enough people who are interested in Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines have been talking about. The same people who make Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 are making a werewolf game. Because there's also a werewolf-based
Ooh.
tabletop that's in the same universe. I don't know a whole lot about it because I've never played the tabletop, so I don't know how it works compared to Vampire. But there's trailers out, and the trailers look really fucking badass.
I was going to ask if you talked about Vampire Masquerade 2 yet.
Oh yeah, I did it when you went AFK and you told me to carry the stream.
Nice. I was thinking you'd get a yap in about that. Now, wasn't it supposed to be out at this point, but because of Corona got pushed back, or was it not supposed to be out yet?
So we've never gotten an official date. It was always just like a time frame. Like originally it was supposed to be sometime in the spring of 2020, but then they pushed it back because they said it wasn't finished and they wanted to dedicate the time to make sure it was 100% ready. So then they just kind of said sometime in like the third quarter of 2020. So we have just like a general area of time and not an actual date.
I was about to say I relate to you, Alex, because I just looked up XCOM 3. Confirmed, but speculation on a general release date. There is no confirmation. And I was going to follow up with that is I'm looking forward, like you are with Vampire 2, XCOM 3. They just released XCOM Chimera Squad, which was by all means felt like a beta test for 3 for the action. But it's gotten me so hype. I'm very ready for XCOM 3. It can't come soon enough. I'm already considering doing 2 again. Oh, I'm just hooked. I'm playing Fire Emblem, which is XCOM without the guns. So, Joe, about them Jets. Anyway, so Joe, about the Jets.
Sorry, Aiden was... My kids don't understand going to bed. There is a bedtime in this house. I swear to God.
Now, what else? Dude, there's so many heavy hitters coming out. I saw Exohammy just mentioned Breath of the Wild 2. We have What else is? Damn it! There's so many coming out. 2077, Vampire 2, XCOM 3 is on the way. What?
Elden Ring.
Yes. Okay, I was
Another
watching.
FromSoft.
Yes. What do we got on that one? Or do you know? Did they announce it?
They announced it, and we have had no news.
That's what it feels like we keep getting is announcements.
So it's super funny because like the creators of Dark Souls originally wanted to call it Dark Ring because like the entire game is based around like the undead curse, which is like a ring of fire that's like almost like tattooed into all of humanity and all the undead. And like the creators have like this hard on for calling things like rings and like creating rings in game. Who knows why, but they finally get to create a game that has the word ring in it.
Finally. I'm trying to think of another the company that just made River City Girls, and they did the port of Boy and His Blob. That company is working on another remaster of a game. I can't remember what it is, but I just read about it while really tired last night, and that's got me a little hyped too. Apparently this company likes to go and take like old NES, Super Nintendo era like beat 'em ups and platformers, and they're like remaking them and making like, you know, sequels and stuff to them or remakes. So that's been pretty good. So we got River City Girls that just came out, but I'm going to look that up. They're making another port, and it's got me a little hyped. So that's another one I'm looking forward to.
Oh yeah, and speaking of Souls games, FromSoft isn't doing it, but since Sony owns it, they're remastering it. Demon Souls on PS5.
Yes, that's really big news. Resident Evil 4 remake too, because those were both announced on the same day. The developer I was thinking of is called Way Forward. Hold on. Way Forward's made. They were supposed to release a new game from Oh, it's a new Bakugan game. Well, I'm no longer excited. Fuck. I was all hype. Man, I was all hype, dude. They were making a new game because they made like ports of all these old classics. Now they make a Bakugan. I don't want no Bakugan. Get out of here with that fake Pokemon shit. What even is Bakugan? Now I'm looking up Bakugan. You got me up a rabbit hole.
Is that like some sort of Beyblade spinoff or?
Yes, it looks like it's Bakugan Battle Brawlers. What rabbit hole have we just fallen down? Now I'm looking at Bakugan. Hold on. Oh, they got, look at these toys.
We got some Zoomers speaking up about it.
Oh shit, the little kids know about it. The chitlins know about it.
Apparently, Pokemon Go just passed $3.6 billion in revenue.
God damn, and like three billion of that was in the first week.
I mean, it's still going strong.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I haven't
it
played
is.
in a while, but they still make shitloads of money.
I was gonna say, I want to know though, how much of that money was money that they brought in with the Pokemon Go fests?
I don't know about that, but
much.
I do know it was Pokemon Go. That was the reason they're the #1 most profitable entertainment franchise in the world. Like, apparently Pokemon was already just infinitely popular with kids, and it's, you know, refreshed every year with the card game and toys. But Pokemon Go just put it way over everyone else. I still say it was responsible for people remembering what it was like to play outside for a while again. That was the greatest couple of months ever, dude. I could talk about Pokemon Go memories all day. People actually outside, 80 people at a park plus.
Dude, I was one of the ones on Community Day, just out there circling a park.
Oh yeah,
absolutely, dude. I would do whole days of it. The kids would go with me.
I was fucking looking up nest dates. You had to look when the nests changed and shit.
Oh yeah, then people got reported for the people that made like the websites for the nest. That was a sad day when those went down.
Yeah, because like we were farming Charmanders and that happened. The website went down and the nest changed. It pissed me off.
That's how I got my Electabuzz. I could never find an Electabuzz, and my friend's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I know this website that's got these farms," and we went and found an Electabuzz farm in a Wendy's parking lot, and I got an Electabuzz.
There was a McDonald's that was a Dragonite hotspot, so I was in that bitch every day getting McChickens waiting. And finally, one showed up. Every day, gotta go get my McChickens looking for Dragonites, bro.
Yeah, we would
Remember
go.
when they had to add the speed limit thing? Because people were
Oh
playing in
yeah.
the... Dude, I played in my car while driving. I'll admit it, full face to you. Everyone did.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you a passenger? We've noticed you're going
Yes.
above 15 miles an hour. Are you a passenger? Yes. Hand on the
Sure.
steering wheel. Yes.
No, I was legitimately very upset about the speed limit when they put that in because they put it in after specific incidences occurred. In none of the incidences was the person who was playing Pokemon Go the driver. It was moronic people walking getting hit by cars. That was
My
how
fa-
cars were involved.
They're just avoiding lawsuits because if anyone tries to sue them, it's like, well, you hit the I agree button, so.
Dude, the amount of like rubbernecking you any given stop sign. Pokemon Go was responsible for non-rolling full-fledged stops at stop signs because people actually would stop so they could flip the Pokemon thing and then go. Because, like, dude, everyone, does the slow down, speed up, speed up. No one actually stops at a stop sign. And Pokemon Go, you would see people actually stop so they can get their little Pokestop. And then I remember when people found out the meta because, like, a couple weeks went by and then people found out the parks. It was parks that you wanted to go to because every monument had a little geocache on it. Or what was that? The little
or downtown.
The Ingress hotspots that they transferred over.
Yeah.
Because
Did
it was
any of you
mostly
play Ingress?
my friend did, and he said
I
like
did.
that. Yeah, so then all the hotspots
Yeah.
using Ingress were just ported over the Go. Yeah.
I'm the reason you have Pokemon Go. No, I'm just kidding. One of
Hey
them.
man, didn't
We
you Ingress
created
guys?
it.
I was gonna say you guys had to send in hotspots, didn't you?
Yeah, we had to like find places which the secret in Ingress, which is obviously probably still the same Pokemon Go, uh, uh, cemeteries.
Yes, that's why they had to start taking them out of there, right?
Yes, because that was like Ingress. You would just go roll around the cemetery and just spin, 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 spin.
Dude, there is a fucking gym in a cemetery, and I'm like, this feels so fucked up, but daily I would go there to take it over, and I'm like, objectively, I'm looking around like, I'm dead ass a grown man. At the time, I was like 26, 27. I'm like, I'm a grown man driving 20 minutes to a cemetery to fight children on a gym, dude. Like, what's happening?
Yeah,
There's
you
like a
guys-
groundskeeper out there. What are you doing here? Visiting
Oh, we got
my
turned
grandma.
away by a groundskeeper once.
Visiting my uncle named Steve.
Yeah, with Ingress, we got turned away from a graveyard because there were a bunch of people that were going. Because there was like in my hometown, there was a pretty decent sized Ingress community. It was probably like 30 or 40 people, and they would just go drive around these cemeteries. So they like the groundskeeper figured it out, and somewhere around like 5:30, he would shut the gate.
People be fucking getting kicked out of hospitals and shit.
It was
Kicked out of
pretty bad.
cemeteries.
Didn't they get in big trouble because there was I don't remember if it was a gym or just a Pokestop, but there was one like in the Holocaust Museum.
Oh, probably. Yeah, it was probably
It
from someone in
just-
Ingress doing that.
Just in general, a lot of the hotspots like ended up like some of them were like in a hospital, in a museum, in a cemetery. and
People
it's
do
like,
it in their house. Like they would find ways to like have like a weird like
yeah.
there was one in my neighborhood that was like it was like a lawn gnome that it was obviously that someone that played Ingress put their lawn gnome as a Pokestop, and which it was fine because you could reach it from the street, but some people would try to do that like in their house, so they would have one that they could spin all the time, like, so that happens. But a
Yeah,
lot of
and
them get removed.
I remember the people that would have they said, I have a gym and one Pokestop where I live. So they never had to leave their house. I'm like, what's the point? Like, the
Yeah.
whole, you know what I miss? And they never re-included it fully. Remember when you had the track of Pokemon and it would have number of steps? So it'd have one paw print, 2 or 3, and that meant you had to like turn right.
Yeah.
You would walk, and then, but I know why they got
That's
rid of
how
that.
people got. That's how people got hit by cars
That's how people got hit by cars
and trespassing.
And no. And that's why it bogged down the server so much. Because that's a lot of data for multiple millions. Because I remember in the first 2 days, if you got logged in the Pokemon Go, you better not log out. Because the moment you logged out, you had to reattempt it 200 times. And I remember it only lasted 1 week. And then they went to that weird, like, it just shows you they're in the general area. And I miss that, dude, because it used to feel like a game. You had to actually track the Pokemon, but yeah, people were getting into fucking roads and shit.
Yeah, I think it was like too small of a radius once you actually got to it. That
Yeah.
it ended up being almost like geocaching, but without actually having geocache there.
Without a physical prize, yeah.
Yeah, not a physical prize, but you have to go down to the pinpoint exact spot, which could be in the middle of a street.
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like Pokemon Go got a lot of shit for like distracting people and causing people to get hurt and stuff like that. You know what? Not enough people are talking about Randonaut.
I was about to bring that up. Yes.
Did you hear
I
about
was
the
about to bring
girls
that
who
up.
found the bodies?
Yeah, the body in the suitcase.
Yes.
Yes.
So now that we're
Yes.
done talking in code,
No, you guys can keep going because that's an interesting story. What do we got?
so there's an app called Randonaut that you enter in like a goal, like something you want to see, find something else. You could do something stupid like I just want to be inspired. I want to see something.
It's real like I use sage and sniff crystals type shit.
Yes, and it'll randomly give
Oh,
you.
wait a minute, wait a minute. Do you mean those people that hover the crystals over your body to heal aches and pains and energy
it's
chakras
like
and
that
align
kind
your
of
chi?
thing.
What is that
Like they-
called? The nootropic medicine and shit? What
I
nootropics?
don't know. It's real, but they try to make it
Holistic
seem like
medicine?
it's like holistic. Yeah, they try to
Holistic
make it seem
something-
like it's like a quantum thing. Like they have like an algorithm that uses like quantum mechanics or something to like give you this area that you're supposed to go discover something.
There's
So it's like
there's a YouTube video of this woman that does contactless chakra arrangement, and she works at a church, and you can tell her name's Debbie or some shit. And the fucking client sitting there, she goes, "Now I want you to close your eyes, and I'm gonna begin the process. Now, just know, just because you don't feel anything doesn't mean the process isn't taking place."
Just because it feels like I'm doing absolutely nothing doesn't mean that you know that I'm doing absolutely nothing.
So on this app, they could choose to like be inspired, or I want to go to like to a beach or something, I assume, or this area, or
No.
just.
No.
Oh, what is this app then?
So
go ahead, Dahlia.
So you don't have to. You can put in like a goal for what you want to do, but what it does is it randomly, no matter what, it randomly generates coordinates, and you go to the coordinates, and you're supposed to just look around and see if you found your goal. And the big story that happened about it is a lot of people have been finding creepy stuff. And this one set of girls actually it was like TikTok, I think, that they took
Yeah, it was TikTok.
They took TikTok videos of them going on the Randonaut adventure, and they ended up finding an actual human corpse in a suitcase on a beach and had to like call the cops. And it's this massive investigation. Like they basically uncovered a body of like a murder.
Yeah. So
Now these ladies are going to be reaffirmed and think that their fucking holistic medicine works because they can find the deceased.
yeah, my boyfriend and I, we were talking about this last weekend, and we went and like got Sonic, and so we were just like eating our snacks in the car. We are just like, oh, let's just try this out. So we just did like, and you could choose like if you want like one of the big clusters, or like a void, which is where there's like not any of the quantum like clusters. So we chose a void. I was like, this is just gonna take us to like a real bad area of town, right? So it just takes us, and we put it in Google Maps, and we drive over there, and it's just this random house. And I'm like, the point it takes you to was like in their backyard. So I was like, well, I'm not about to just walk into somebody's backyard, but cool, there's a house, I guess.
That sounds like, dude, I knew a chick that was like that, like real, like she wore magnets on her wrist because it equalized like
Oh, I remember that.
iron in the blood and
You
shit.
remember those bracelets that had the two little like balls?
That's
that you
exactly
put
what
on-
it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember
she was one of those people. She wore those, and it was supposed to even out her iron in her blood or some shit. And I'm just looking at her like, you need more than that for your help. I'm assuming. Good Lord. That sounds like
bet that-
so. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I bet that died out real quick when cell phones came more popular because like they were probably bricking their phones.
Oh,
Oh, hell
probably.
yeah,
that was
man.
like like early 2000s like middle school stuff.
Yeah.
Everyone had those like metal bracelets
Yeah.
with the little balls. Yeah.
That was back when yo-yoing was actually cool.
Yeah.
I remember,
right.
dude, I remember in 4th grade, they had fucking like this guy come in and show all the cool fucking tricks and shit. And then you bought the toy and you were like, I can make it sleep. Cool. You were like, I can make it. I can walk the dog
It's like,
and
I can
bring
make
it back.
Pause. Yeah.
Hey man, I made it fun. I did do the cat's cradle trick. I did learn how to do the cat's cradle trick. That was it though. Like the little triangle and then you dangle it and then you like I could do that and that was about it. They made it look so cool, but yeah, she was like one of those people that like she would probably love something like that. Like I want to go to the corner of this town and look at this orange roof on a house. Like what the fuck? Okay, have fun with that, I guess. That's what this app sounds like. I want to fill the void, so they took you to the backyard.
It's so abstract. Yeah,
like are you supposed to get some deep meaning out of it when you get there?
Yes.
Supposedly,
That's what it is.
Supposedly, it's supposed.
Your inner lotus will blossom.
It's supposed to. I think I've heard some people say like, if you disconnect from it and look at it from the outside, it could be like an actual cool study in like, is it a coincidence that you found this thing based on what you wanted to find, or is it that you found it because that's what you were looking for? Like,
that sounds like putting importance on something that don't need that much importance put on it, but
yeah, it's like when we got to that
I'm
house.
not
it's like,
shitting on you,
cool
Dahlia.
house, I guess.
Dahlia, what I'm saying, because I know you're playing devil's advocate, I could totally hear that as an excuse for them. Like they're just like, well, it's just to me, it's deep because I can just like I was looking to fill the void, and then I found a house, and it made me realize my journey's pointless after all, and the void was in me the whole time. I'm like, that's what
Something
this sounds like. Yeah.
I would bet anything if Merylwyn had gone with somebody who was like one of those people, it would have been like, watch, you go there, the house turns out to be for sale. Obviously, you're meant to buy this house.
Ooh.
Your life.
But two of the rooms need construction, and there's no garage port yet. No, this is your
By the
house.
way,
It's
there's a
destiny.
family of possums living in the closet.
I will say it was a very cool house. It was set up like like if you like a picture a house in New Orleans where it has like the double like porch with like the wrought iron and everything. It was a really cool house, but it was definitely not for sale and not something I would want to go into someone's backyard to discover the point of interest.
Not gonna lie, anytime I see like those like fake New Orleans style houses, I've watched too many horror movies. I look at that style of house, I'm like, oh, somebody was murdered there. Okay.
Oh no, you joke. I've
See,
been in
you'd
the
get a
hotels.
totally different
You
meaning out of
joke.
that house.
You joke. I've been in the old-timey motels you can get there on the
Oh,
actual.
God.
Oh no! Oh yeah, where the bathrooms don't even fit me
Yeah.
because the bathrooms were made when people weren't obese. So like, dude, the door creaks when you like it's authentic, and I'm like, yeah, this feels like someone got murdered in here for sure.
What was that movie? It was like Liv Tyler and she was like in a motel and she gets abducted or something.
Taken.
Yeah, I was
No.
about to say.
No, Liv Tyler, not like
Did it
older
involve an
movie.
old guy saying, "I will find you and I will kill you"?
I don't remember. But like the point is I stayed at like a motel that looked exactly like that and I didn't sleep the entire night because I was afraid that these people were like going to come out of the wall and abduct me. Oh, what was
So,
that
do you guys
movie?
think? Do you guys think
What,
they're
say it
gonna
again?
ever? Do you guys think they'll ever make Corona-inspired game shows? Be honest.
I wouldn't put it
Uh,
past anyone.
Yeah,
like-
probably.
Like I heard a comic say like you could have like 4 people with masks and the game show's called Who Said That? And if somebody says something, and then the other 3 people, everyone tries to guess who said that. What? It could be 30-second episodes. You can film 500 in a day. Knock out a season
Dude,
of
I'm
3.
not gonna lie, I had a completely different thought. I was like bringing the slime from Nickelodeon
Yeah,
shows
see?
and
Yeah. And like one of the contestants of the 4 has Corona to spice things up. And then it's 4 dudes with masks. Who said that? I'm telling you, man, and like the intro could be longer than the actual show. A comedian came up with this. I'm just saying, dude. I want Corona-inspired game shows. Fuck it. I mean, they made game shows out of Russian roulette in America. I mean, you're allowed, right? Would that be too soon? Would it be too sensitive of a subject, you think?
I
Like,
think
who
it'd be
won-
funny, but they'd have to do it right.
Do you think they could
Yeah.
do game shows where they have a vaccine for corona and the winner is the
Oh god.
Well, aren't they? So isn't it a big controversy that they're working on at least a partial cure, but like they bought it all up and are reselling it for thousands? Isn't that what I'm hearing?
Well, if
Or
it's
am I
a
hearing that
virus,
wrong?
there's not really a cure for it, right?
Not a cure, no. But they're working on things that could treat it. And apparently, like the big hoopla I heard like last week was it got bought up and they're reselling it for thousands on the dollar or something like that. But that's what I'm saying, though. You know, that's what would probably happen if they came up with a cure for corona. They would make it expensive. Look at diabetes medicine. Look at how we don't have health care. So I'm just saying, you know, you might have game shows. Who wants a vaccine? I mean, would you enter it if you had it?
I don't know about that, but I would definitely enter in Who Wants a Stimulus Check.
That would be a fucked up game show. You know how many people you'd be pissing off? I'd rather enter Who Wants a Coronavirus Cure because I wouldn't be pissed. Well, you'd piss a lot of people off with that one too, though. How is that one better, Joe? You're literally yoinking money out of people's heads. How is that more ethical?
Not my
Yeah,
problem. I got
not my
money.
Who wants a stimulus check? 90,000 applicants an hour.
Oh no.
Okay,
Speaking
what
of
if,
old game shows.
what if they hosted Who Wants a Stimulus Check through Fortnite? Would you install it and
Yeah.
God, no.
if getting your stimulus check meant you had to get good at Fortnite, would it be worth it?
You got to get
No.
a chicken dinner. Yeah.
No, not worth my time.
What if it was PUBG or Apex Legends? Okay, competitive survival BR Minecraft for a stimulus check.
You got to get a 4K with New Hillbilly for a stimulus check.
I'm good.
I can do that. I can get a 4K with Clown occasionally, man. That ain't gonna be a big deal. I don't know how to play Minecraft.
Any killer.
I don't know how to play Minecraft. I'd be more fucked there, in my opinion. Dahlia, would you enter Who Wants a Stimulus Check? Like, would you enter a game?
I mean, it depends on what type of game show it is.
It's 4 guys in masks. It's called Who Said That?
I'm good.
And if you can correctly guess who said that, you get $1,500. But you have a 1 out of 4 chance. You wouldn't do it? You wouldn't take a 1 out of 4 chance.
I'm terrible at recognizing voices.
But you wouldn't have to recognize them. They'd have masks. You'd have to echolocate. It's a different set of skills.
Echolocate.
You wouldn't take a chance, a 1 out of 4 chance for a stimulus check. See, that's a loser mindset. Me and Joe will be laughing to the bank when we win our chicken dinner, and you can sit there and cry salt into your fries.
I would do it if it was something like, honestly, I'd almost rather do like a Fear Factor kind of thing. I know I could do that. I might have a chance at that.
So you would rather do the Fear Factor stuff than guess what 1 of 4 people said.
Yep.
Losing at Fear Factor is very different than losing at guessing what 4 people said.
Because
Yeah, but no, you're not. No, see, no. You're not using your brain on this one. You're looking at time versus investment, though. On Who Said That, it's like, what, 30 seconds? Oh, I lost. Fuck. I'm out the door and I'm home by lunch. When you have to go to Fear Factor, you have NDAs, and then you got to wait until it airs, and then you might not even win, and then they'll clip you out of context when you make a face because you had to drink semen. I'm just saying, like, if they make you drink, you know, like platypus semen for your stimulus check on Fear Factor.
Are we implying though that the stimulus check stays the same amount no matter what?
It's one stimulus check.
It's
Who wants to win a stimulus check. So they offer exactly one stimulus check, winner takes all. You wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't game show that anyway. Because
No.
even if I won the game show, you know what's gonna happen? The government will tax it then as a winning of a game show, and I'm not gonna get jack shit.
You're not gonna get any money.
Okay,
You're
so
not gonna
after
pay for the plane ticket to go.
So after taxes, it'll be a good amount of money. You wouldn't enter Who Wants a Stimulus Check. This loser mindset pervades this community, man. Look at this shit. You wouldn't take. You just dead ass unironically said you wouldn't take a 1 out of 4 chance to win a free $1,500. So I don't know what that mindset is, but You want this money? No. You have a 1 out of 4 chance, and there's no cost. No. You wouldn't do it. You wouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't trust it. I couldn't trust it enough to do it.
What if you signed a contract? It guaranteed the stimulus check.
Maybe if it's a really well-written contract.
It's not hosted in Illinois.
Oh,
Yes.
well, that right there. I mean,
So wait, now I'm hung up on this. So you deadpan said, no, I will not take a risk-free 1 out of 4 chance for money, but you'll go on Fear Factor. But then you said the 1 out of 4 was because of the contract, but you trust the Fear Factor contract more. This is interesting. Can we get more in the mind of Dahlia? Please elaborate. We'll wait.
because Fear Factor has so much shit that could go wrong, they have to have good contracts.
Oh yeah.
Their contracts have to be incredibly well written.
But what contract could be breached with 4 men, 1 man, or 4 masks? What could be? It's 30 seconds. You guess who said it, and then GG. They give you the money. How's that? How can that be breached?
You could easily slip stuff into the contract with them not having to worry about getting sued. With Fear
Okay.
Factor, there's too much injury.
It's 30-second episodes for Who Wants to Win a Stimulus Check, but 15 seconds you get to review the contract before you do the game show. You only get 15. That's part of the game show. You got to speed read the contract to look for errors. That's part of Who Wants to Win a Stimulus Check.
Now it feels like they'll purposefully put errors in there. If you don't catch it in that 15 seconds, you've already lost.
They use
I
the
feel like
wrong
it's
there.
like-
It's void.
I feel like it's like
Yeah, but what if you
those
catch that, though?
cartoons of the devil with like a contract for your soul. It just like rolls out
Yeah.
a mile long.
What if you catch that, though? Because then you can win more money in the bonus round called court. And you can take them to court and then sue them for who wants a stimulus check. And now you're a millionaire. You're not thinking long term here. This is purely short goal thinking.
You could be like that guy that's suing Twitch.
I just don't know how I feel about how quickly you offered up Fear Factor versus a literal 1 out of 4 chance for free money. That has me concerned for your mental health. You straight up go, I would rather risk the Fear Factor shit than take a free 1 out of 4. I'm just confused where the priorities are. You would take a blood. You would take a bloodbath and baby shark blood over a 1 out of 4 out of a 1 out of 4 chance.
I'm very focused right now. That blurted out, and I had to give a reason why after the fact.
So
Double
you're
down.
willing. So you're willing to that blood one was an actual real game show they did on Fear Factor. Some guy like went nuts from it.
But dude, they did an actual Fear Factor where someone was they were drinking like bull semen and
No. They were going to. That one got canceled. That's the one that
thought it
went
was
too
just
far.
I thought it just didn't air. I thought they still filmed it and it just went too far that they couldn't air it.
Maybe that. Yeah, I think they draw the line. That's like that. That's that fine line, dude. And everyone said that about Fear Factor too. They were like, when are they just gonna get to like animal semen? Like I remember back then. That's what we all would say. As gross as that sounds, that's what everyone went to. It's like, well, they do literally bathing in blood, eating testicles. When are they just gonna get to the fucking horse semen? Like, and then Jackass 3 did it, but.
Jackass will do like any. The only person who was willing to do more things than Jackass, I think, is Tom Green.
Mm-mm. Actually, no. Jackass went, dude. No, the things Tom Green did very rarely were self-harmful.
That's fair, actually. Yeah.
Dude, have you seen the shit they did on Jackass? Good Lord, man.
He did crazy shit, but yeah, he never like hurt himself. That's fair.
Dude, it's so weird. Of all the Jackass stuff, the one that gets me the most is it was a real simple one. They were doing a stunt and it fucked up, and the dude broke his tailbone. I don't know why, but that bothers me. Like, yeah, like tailbone breaks are a weird area for me. Like, it just like you can almost feel like you can't feel it, but you can. You're like, ooh, like that probably can't feel good.
You sit on your ass all day, so you just know what that would be like.
Yeah, it's like
no.
yeah, like we've all been there where like you sit wrong and like you hurt part of your lower back, and it's like it just bothers you when you're sitting. I'm gonna imagine it'd be like that, but like enhanced or like magnified or something. Yeah, broken cock. What is it? Coccyx. Yeah, Tom Green was more shock factor than self-harm. Yeah, that was part of the reason why I liked him a lot. It's because he just did shit that was funny, but it was self-deprecative. He never did anything that was like that mean-spirited, if I can remember. I mean, like, shoot, like one of my favorite Tom Green things is when he was waiting for pizza deliverers to get to their house, and then he would hop out the car with his own pizza and tell the customer that he would charge $2 less. He was trying to undercut the pizza delivery. So imagine Domino's is walking up and he just runs in with this fucking sketchy pizza. I'll sell it to you for $5 less. And he would just get these looks. Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm just reminiscing now about Tom Green.
I don't know, you brought up Jackass, and I immediately went to look and see if Bam Margera was still alive.
Oh, he's apparently doing real bad on drugs.
Yeah, it's really sad. He did like okay for a little while. He went to rehab and stuff, but I don't think he's in a good way lately. But he's still living, so there's that.
It kind of sucked because, like, if you looked at his dad and like the Don Vito guy, it's like you could easily see those crew going that way if they didn't take care of themselves.
Yeah.
I mean, like Steve-O's had his own movie's worth of like drug issues and overcoming it, and now it's coming out. Bam's having the same thing. Yeah, Yeah, exactly. Vampire. Steve-O's really turned his life around. He was on the Joe Rogan podcast, and I was just like, damn, just the stuff he went through, and he's able to talk about it deadpan like it's no issue. Like he said, he like rented a motel room, but there was two of them that were connected by a door. So like one of the rooms was his office. The other room, he like literally built like a faux skate park in or something. I don't know, man. They were doing crazy shit.
Always.
Yeah, we got all the way on this topic. I don't know how we got on Jackass. Oh, who wants to win a stimulus check?
Somehow got to Jackass.
I wanted to talk about on this podcast Mixer shutting down, but like, what would we say? Because like, okay, we kind of all guessed that was going to happen. I remember we joked about it when Ninja moved to it. So
I said that from the beginning. That was going to go. The thing that confuses me is that they passed all of their streamers off to Facebook Gaming.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Facebook could give a shit about streaming.
Yeah, because that's where people want to go is to Facebook.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sure if we had the stats, there would be some argument you could make. But at the end of the day, for right now, where the companies stand, you hear someone, oh, I'm going to Facebook. In the normie's mind, it doesn't resonate as, oh, they're making a big move up, you know? Like, I feel you. It feels like almost like lateral movement. Because I know Ninja might be going to YouTube, and YouTube streaming isn't it isn't like Twitch.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just interesting. I still fully expect to see him back. I expect to see Ninja and Shroud back on Twitch within a year or two.
I think Shroud will be. I don't know if Ninja will be. I know Ninja did a stream on YouTube this week. I don't think that was like his official saying, I'm staying here. I just think he was doing that because he had like an event probably that he had planned on Mixer anyways. And just did that on YouTube. But I don't think he'll stay there.
No, it's not profitable. Someone like Ninja, you're going to want, you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ninja doesn't stream anymore.
Yeah, I could see that taking a break. I mean, he has enough to retire on, I'd imagine.
Dude, I'm telling you, he could hire like an engineer and get like his own website where he can stream on and just have all his fans follow him there. Because like most of the people who followed him to Mixer like weren't doing anything else on Twitch. They weren't like watching other people. Most of them, from what I hear, like they were all there for Ninja. So like wherever he goes, people are going to follow. He just make his own website and have a donation button.
The streamer Destiny did that. He has his own Discord server, his own chat. So like Destiny will stream on Twitch, and Twitch has its own chat, of course, and he has his own mods in that Twitch chat. But on his screen, he shows his own Discord.gg chat because he'll stream on Twitch and have his own chat. So like, yeah, it's kind of like you said, Joe. It's like that seems to be the next play. You don't have to worry about stability that way. You don't have to worry about you'd have your own TOS.
And he'd have full control over his website. He could do whatever he wanted with it.
Yeah, make it all decked out whenever he's playing.
The thing I want to see him do is like when you see a recording artist make their own record label with that 30 million he took away or whatever, make his own like streaming like conglomerate.
Yeah.
Where he like seeks out partnerships with advertising and things and has his own set of streamers that he supports in his own company. That's what I want to see.
That was kind of the rumor about Doc, which was the reason why one of the rumors is Doc was going to pull out with Shroud and Ninja and all them and make their own little platform, which would explain why Twitch was like, you know, refunding subs and distancing and calling lawyers in and stuff. You know, if it like you can go towards the Me Too side of it, or you can go towards the Twitch business side of it for Dr. Disrespect, which is kind of interesting. Because you don't know. Like, you know, he had the cheating incident in the past, so you never know. It could be related to that or something, another aggression. It could be related to him wanting a better contract. Who knows? Maybe he's making his own platform.
As quiet as they're being, 100%, I think it's something that was taking money away from Amazon, and Amazon is like nipping that shit in the bud, saying, "Don't say a fucking word."
It'll be funny if
100%.
it'll be over the 5G conspiracy video he showed, because that video is hosted on Amazon Prime. So Dr. Disrespect got in a lot of trouble for showcasing a conspiracy about Corona being made by 5G. That's where the whole Shungite meme came in. And people were worried maybe that's what's getting him deplatformed because it's fucking with Amazon's. But, like, that conspiracy video is hosted on Amazon Prime. So it's like, if that is the reason, that's going to be kind of interesting. If that's one of the rumors anyway.
I doubt it. I don't think we'll find out until like a year or so, because you know court cases take a long time. 100%.
Do you think he'll
there's,
stream
like,
during then, or do you think he'll be off by then? Like, he'll be off the entire time due to this?
I think he'll be off of Twitch, and I'm betting his lawyers are probably telling him not to stream at all, depending on what it is. I mean, my thought is, I don't think it's a Me Too thing, because whatever his transgressions in the past, he's already been banned for. You can argue if it was long enough or not. We won't get into that, but
Right.
that's already been punished. So I really think that it's Twitch discovered something that was going to affect Amazon's revenue, and Amazon said no, stop it.
That's why a lot of people, you know, lean towards like maybe he got a contract offer and decided to take it, or was thinking about it, and Twitch, you know, proactively went, okay, well, we're just going to ban your channel and refund your subs. And yeah, who knows? That's what the mystery is killing everyone. Cause it's like, you hear all these leaks and these Me Too's coming forward, but then like this big streamer and this big deal and nothing.
I think the refunds to me are what are sticking out that tell me I don't think it's a Me Too thing.
Yeah, because they've never done that for a Me Too. Exactly.
Look at Bless RNG. Bless RNG got their emote completely removed immediately when their stuff came out. Nobody got refunded for any subs to them or anything like that.
Yeah, not that I heard.
And they were, I mean, I'm not familiar enough with Bless RNG themselves as a streamer to know if they're on the same level as Doc. Just them having a global Twitch emote to me made me think they were really big. So I would think that like if they would have done it just because Doc is a big streamer, I don't see why a refund wouldn't have happened for them. So that eliminates to me the idea that, oh, well, it was a refund just because there were so many.
Right. That makes sense. Well, then you got to look at the aspect too, is like, you know, Twitch had the way and Amazon had to weigh, well, Doc makes us a lot of money too. Like Merwin said, is he costing them money versus, well, shit, he also is a big money maker for us. So for them to just ban and refund, it looks like at least the signs point to legal. Like, yeah, like you said, Merwin, like some sort of like pull out or contract he has or something.
I mean, and Amazon is like serious about that shit. Like, he probably, I'm assuming at his level and being a partner, he probably has to sign a bunch of like NDAs and contracts anyways with Amazon. So there's probably, maybe even he broke something that way.
Yeah.
So maybe he broke an NDA that he wasn't supposed to, and they just said, nope, done. And then they're suing him. And Amazon will definitely sue the shit out of you for that.
Especially if they know they can get money out of you, and they know they can get money out of him. They've been paying him.
Oh yeah.
Right. Like, that's a hard decision for them. Like, I don't think Twitch is really that profitable for Amazon, to be honest, but I mean, yeah, obviously Doc is one of the big money bringers, if there is any on Twitch. He's one of them.
It's interesting, man, because like, dude, was it Joe who said it? Like, there's just too much in 2020 to keep track of, because like everyone forgot about the Killer Hornets, bro. Like, weren't they a thing? Like, what happened to the Killer Hornet news this year? That just got glossed over. UFOs confirmed, gloss over.
Yeah, we're just like, oh yeah, UFOs. We knew that already.
It's like maybe the rumor is they released the UFO news due to all this just to cover their tracks, so it didn't seem like that big of a deal in comparison. Oh man,
They were hoping the UFO news would like finally get attention away from Corona, but nobody gave a shit.
Everyone was like, "No shit, we've been talking about that for years. We're on to the next conspiracy, bro."
Yeah, sorry, man. The History Channel already took care of this. We've got the guy with the weird hair. We know.
Dude, we already moved on to the Pokemon are actually real conspiracy. Keep up, man.
Got to find out about those reptilians hiding in Hollow Earth and figure out how the reptilians can hide in Flat Earther theory.
Wait, you mean this isn't a flat Earth and we're not floating on the back of a turtle? I thought we were all on the back of a cosmic sea turtle.
I also saw a tweet. I actually think Wizrobe's the one who posted it. I saw a meme tweet that was talking about, can you prove that the Earth is not a dinosaur? And Flat Earth Society said, no, and then it's like embarrassing, but we can't prove the Earth is not a dinosaur. So then Dinosaur Earth Society replied, was like, wait, does that mean that we're more realistic than Flat Earth? Because I can prove the Earth's not flat.
Oh, but the Earth, but it is flat though.
No, if the
Prove
Earth's
it.
flat, where's
Prove
the reptilians living?
Prove the Earth is flat. Look, I'm standing still and I'm not rolling down any direction. See, boo.
Oh shit, let me get a level. Oh fuck, you're right.
Nah, man, if the Earth was flat, cats would have knocked all the shit off by now.
I was gonna say, yeah, dude. Cats would be
It'd
perpetually
just be a
like
prairie.
cats would be perpetually not settled in if the Earth was.
You would just slowly see all the contents of Earth scooting towards the edge.
Dude, if the Earth was flat, Manchi would be pissed off because he likes running around and creating chaos. And if it's all boring flatland, what's he gonna do, dude? Maps are drawn as a map of Christianity. No, listen, dude. The Earth is flat. We're on the back of a sea turtle. Okay, it's true. We're on the back of a cosmic.
Sea turtles have a rounded shell.
No, you've never seen the image of it. It's cut out, and we live on the back of it. It's like has a glass dome as its shell. You've never seen the concept of the cosmic sea turtle.
I've seen that.
I've seen Stephen King's concept.
This is a very this is like saying you've never seen the color red, Dahlia. Like this is a very everybody knows about the gigantic Earth carrying sea turtle. Okay, and you're just obviously not prepared. I just dunked on Dahlia this debate. Got him. I dunked on her, guys. Can you guys clip that? I want a montage of me dunking on people in debates, and that I got her, dude.
We'll Photoshop your picture just like popping up to Dahlia's, and Dahlia's picture turns into a net, and then you'll get a basketball and go slam.
Yeah, I don't properly debate things or use logic or need sources, Dahlia. I had the verbal wittiness, so I obviously won that debate. Dunked. You got dunked. How does it feel to lose to me, Taller Toast?
She's just like planning this angry text that she's gonna send you later.
Bro,
No,
after this podcast, I'm getting yelled at.
No, I'm having like a almost PTSD level flashback to somebody who was trolling on Twitter because they were trying to like argue statistics of birth control, and I screenshotted the statistics from the CDC's website, and they were like, "Well, I was reading the back of my girlfriend's old package, and it says this, so." Obviously, I think I'm going to trust something written more than I'm going to trust whatever you Googled to get your answer. I'm like, you mean when I Googled birth control failure statistics?
That's always the popular snapback. It's always, well, where did you get that from? And it's always, well, you can use your studies and I'll use mine. Meanwhile, their study has already been discredited and mine has 100 sources backing it up.
Well, not even just sources, but I'm like, it's the fucking CDC.
Just come back with fake news.
No, yes,
Reptiles.
no, yes, just the sources. I stand by what I said. You said no, not just the sources, Dolly. No, it is just the sources. Got dunked again, dude. Second victory in this debate. You're not even ready, dude.
I'm not. I was not prepared. I'm so sorry. I'm so beta.
I'm gonna need you to game up. I'm gonna need you to square up on your offense during this debate because I've dunked you twice. Have you become that asshole Republican debate? Fuck no. I've become anyone that debates on Twitch because that's all they do is try to get verbal dunks. Like I'm obviously memeing and doing a satire thing, but like Dahlia and I watch people that legit like you can tell they're going for the dunk. They don't even fucking back up what they're saying. They just want to sound cool saying it, so they go for the dunk. And they'll make up a terrible analogy to do it and stuff. You got to go for the dunk. It's all about who got the victory points, dude.
Which is why Dahlia can't keep a straight face during it to even play along with the meme.
I like breaking you because you'll start giggling. I'm like, oh, I got her, and then she's like, so about four masks. Who said that? I feel like we didn't really give it the attention it deserved. Okay.
You really want this to happen, don't you?
I mean, think about it. Who said that? This comedian had
Who?
such a good point, man. Who said that? Who?
Who was the one who said that? We'll never know.
Yeah, Dahlia's going to hand me a fucking cold can of whoop ass. All right. I have a very important question above any other topic we've talked about. This one matters the most. What is the grossest thing that you enjoy that you don't think, if food-wise, that you don't think anybody else does? So, like, yes, we're getting to that time. We're talking about food for the rest of the podcast, so get ready. I'm hungry as fuck. So let's start off with a gross one. What is, like, something, whether you, like, eat something that you don't reheat that you should, or you use a condiment you shouldn't, what is something gross that you enjoy that you know everyone's going to fucking wait what you on? I got to know. I got my own, but I'm going to let you guys go.
I almost never reheat leftovers.
So you're a cold chicken guy. I'm a cold chicken guy. I love eating cold chicken.
I don't eat meat, but anything. I just don't
Anything.
reheat leftovers. Unless it's like, well, I guess French fries you don't really eat
I was
leftovers.
going to say
'cause they're
McDonald's
garbage
fries, I
anyways.
got to rewarm.
Why are you
But fries in general are
reheating
just bad as
McDonald's?
Well, okay, this is assuming the fry box makes it past the car ride home, but
like my boyfriend says, he's like, you're an animal. He's like, this is like part of evolving as a human is using a microwave. And I just like, nope, I just pull it out of the fridge and just eat it cold.
Well, I'm not going to say pineapple on pizza because that's completely normal and validated through the community.
No, I'm honestly after I see 1 million points every stream and pineapple wins the most, I'm just like, apparently pineapple on pizza is normalized. Fuck it. So yeah, Joe, that one doesn't count because according to the votes, it's normal. So what's something weird? What's your guilty pleasure snack or food or the way you eat something?
I will say, I eat my hot dogs with just ketchup on them.
Same.
I don't care.
No, I know the judgment. You're talking about bun, hot dog, ketchup?
That's it.
Same.
That's all you need.
Dude, how many times do you get the, you don't put chili on it, you don't put ketchup on a hot dog, you got to put mustard, you don't put relish? Like, they judge you immediately.
Yeah. They're like, where's your relish and onions and mustard? Like, why aren't you putting mustard on your hot dog? What? Ketchup's for children. Like, fuck you, man. I like ketchup.
Dude, I always say, if you've made the decision to eat a hot dog, like, willingly, you've already dipped into a bad decision. So don't judge me on ketchup, motherfucker. Dude,
Right.
You've already made the decision to eat a heart attack in a bun, so don't even. Okay, while Dahlia's AFK, I've been over this one a lot, but I'll get this one out of the way, especially during my stoner college years. Definitely just the plain tortilla shells. It's been that desperate. You don't have money for food. You got some plain tortilla shells, an 8-pack. You're just like, fuck, I need a snack. They're like ghetto chips. But something I actively enjoy that a lot of people would say is gross, I call it my keto power bowl. And this is going to gross a lot of people out, so buckle up. But if I'm feeling really hungry and I need a lot of nutrients and some fucking protein, we're talking shredded chicken, pepperoni, shredded cheese, shrimp, bits of hamburger meat, and sausage with red pepper flakes and sriracha. You put 2 different types of cheese and you melt it all together. Yes, it's just a bunch of meat and cheese. It's really not that appetizing. It looks worse than it tastes, but it's amazing. That's my guilty pleasure. It's just a bunch of fucking meat, a bunch of fucking protein, and it looks terrible, and it gives you a heart attack when you eat it. What about you, Dahlia? What's your guilty pleasure?
You remember that restaurant I took you to by my mother's house that had the like tons of different kinds of mac and cheese and
The mac and cheese taco that I had?
Yes. So that place originally also served an appetizer that was double deep fried bacon.
Oh,
And it was literally just thick butcher cut bacon dipped in beer batter
Oh
and
no.
double fried with a giant cup of ranch to dip it in.
Ooh.
Ooh.
and I loved it, and it was disgusting, and you felt disgusting eating it, and your skin felt disgusting after eating it, and no shower or face wash could wash away the bacon grease
The
sweat
guilt.
that you will
The
have.
bacon guilt.
Yes.
I gotta go.
But it's worth every fucking bite.
I kind of want to make a keto wrap now or order wings. This is terrible. What the
I know,
fuck,
I'm gonna
Dahlia?
make bacon now after this.
Oh yeah, dude, I got a whole. I'm gonna pull a you, Dahlia. I'm just gonna cook a whole pound of bacon and snack on it. That's what. That's chat. That's a keto secret that she taught me. All you have to do, just oven cook a whole pack of bacon and then cut it up, and it's like chips, and it's like bacon chips. Amazing.
I'll point out too, because Chibitron asked, it actually was a very worthwhile appetizer. It was like a $10 appetizer, and you legit got like how you would get a basket of fries. You got like a basket of bacon, full size strips of bacon. There had to be a good 10 to 12 pieces.
Okay, I see a lot of people losing. They lost that shrimp. You got to understand. So a lot of you guys liked that, what I said, but without the shrimp. But you guys got to remember what goes in it. Sriracha, red pepper flakes, melted cheese of 2 different types, and all sorts of cooked meat. Dude, there's so much grease going on in there. And I mean, I cook it on a George Foreman, so it drains. But there's so much flavor mixing and melted shit that's going on. You don't even notice half of the ingredients. That's kind of the issue with it.
You're probably not going to taste fishiness.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like anything at some point. You're just eating a bunch of mass. Like, it doesn't, I'll be honest, it loses its taste. And that's not a good thing. It's just, it's a lot of protein and calories when I'm like really hungry. Oh my God, Joe. Come on, man.
It's called pig candy. It's like candied bacon.
Well, candy is already, or bacon is already meat candy. So what the fuck?
It's really good.
If I really want to cook something, you know what I realized I have? I've got those steaks. I've got cubes of like kebab steaks that I like to just, I cooked it in the oven, and then you finish it on the stove. And then I also have my shrimp scampi shrimp that is also still low carb. And I could pour
Dahlia,
it
your shredded chicken shrimp scampi keto shit. That was so good.
Pour it over the steak this time.
Hey, the keto pancakes are still a mindfuck to me. They tasted just like pancakes, man.
I do have one, and it's maybe not that weird, but if you haven't discovered it, I want to make sure you know.
Okay.
Sriracha in Velveeta mac and cheese.
Yes, absolutely. I do it on eggs, Velveeta mac and cheese. Sriracha
or any mac and cheese, really. Sriracha goes really well with cheese.
Any drizzly, melty cheese mixes really well with sriracha. It almost makes it like a faux buffalo sauce in a way. It's really good.
It's so good. It's so good.
I've been on a kick of scrambled eggs, plain. 4 eggs, little whipped cream, little heavy whipping cream, the keto. That's the keto thing. But, 4 eggs and just a little sriracha. That's it. It's so simple. It takes 2 seconds to make, and it's fulfilling. And, yeah, I've been on a sriracha kick again.
I go in sour cream?
There's low carb sour cream, but I already have heavy whipping cream in bulk because of coffee, and it mixes in with it. Gives Dahlia will attest. I've cooked her with it. I've cooked her eggs with the heavy whipping cream. It adds a cool. I've cooked Dahlia, dude. I put her on top of my fucking pot, and I'm like, woman, you better get both cheeks in the fucking.
But that's actually why you guys never see my legs.
Yes, you'll never see Dahlia's legs. I ate them, motherfuckers, like drumsticks. But I've cooked Dahlia eggs with the heavy whipping cream, and she'll tell you, man, it makes it like light and fluffy. It's nice. It's good. I'm confident in my egg game.
Recommend. There's a Gordon Ramsay recipe for scrambled eggs. You'll never go back.
That's exactly how I cook it, except
never go back.
with my own ingredients. Yep, the 15 seconds
that's
on
what
and
we
off
use,
the heat
like
thing.
The sour cream and
I do it the
chives
exact same way.
and butter. Yeah.
See, I cannot get on this. Fuck sour cream. I've always hated sour cream. It's a pointless topping.
I love sour cream.
It's literally like you're eating. It's like you're eating air with a hint of sour in it. I'm good. Sour cream is good. Sour cream is good in doses, but I'm not gonna mix. I understand I do the Gordon Ramsay recipe. I just don't use the sour cream. I just use heavy whipping cream instead. It's a lot better for me. But no, it's still the same exact way to make it, and it looks the same.
Yeah.
And I love it.
They end up a little runny, which kind of throws people off, but it's really good that way. Like scrambled eggs that are like super hard and like chewy, gross.
Nah,
You're doing it wrong.
That runny shit makes me puke. So
What?
I'll do it. Yeah, eggs with that weird watery substance is not. I'll eat eggs over easy any day, but if you give me scrambled eggs with water running out of it, I will give it back to you. And I understand it's the Gordon Ramsay way.
Not
I cook
runny.
it a little. I cook it a little
it's
more.
Still wet.
I could, well, yeah, that's fine. But like when
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay did it, it looked like mulch. It didn't look right. I understand that's his method and people like it like that. But visually, the way he did it, it looked like dog shit. So I prefer to do it a little longer so it has a little more, like a little less runniness, but it's still like moist. And
I do the same thing because the sour cream definitely makes it feel like it's not
yeah.
fully cooked. So I'll cook it just a little bit longer to get the water out, and then it's fine.
Yeah. And it's still fluffy, creamy, still a little runny, like in terms of like moistness, but it's. What I can't do is scrambled eggs that are overcooked, like with the brown skin on it, like that. Now that, like you said,
Ugh.
Marilyn, that's too chewy. That's too much.
I won't
Yeah, you
lie,
don't
I'll
wanna-
eat my eggs like that happily.
Yeah, Dahlia likes
I'll eat
overcooked.
them,
She
but
would
I won't
prefer
like
overcooked
them.
than undercooked.
I like overcooked a lot of stuff. Like anytime if I order like wings from Wingstop, if I order French fries and stuff like that, I almost always get it well done. I like everything burnt because I don't know how to cook. I'm just familiar with that taste.
One of my best friends, she will ask at a restaurant. I heard her one day. We went and got hibachi, and she was getting chicken, and she
Oh,
said, "When you
no.
think it's done, leave it on 5 more minutes,
Oh,
and
she
then I'll
like
eat it."
she likes that crunchy.
Yes, I was like,
She likes
"That's
that chewy.
disgusting
That's
because
super
it's
chewy.
dry." But to each your own.
If you give me enough barbecue, I can make overcooked dry chicken work. But boy, do I gotta slather that fucker up with some baby rays.
I mean, she would slather it with teriyaki sauce. I think she just wanted the sauce. It's just
you
a
want to
vessel
know
for
the
the
low
sauce.
carb hack? You want to know the low carb hack, motherfucking bandanas? You can just order a pound of their fucking pulled pork, and it's cheap too. It's like $15 for
Bandanas.
bandanas. Yeah. Oh yeah, that they're not
Is that-
everywhere. It's just like a meat smokehouse generic chain. But if you're in a pinch,
okay.
if you're in a pinch and just want a pound of fucking pulled pork or pound of fucking brisket or whatever, you can get it from them. I don't think it works out cheaper than buying it obviously from a store, but if you're in a pinch and on the
Oh,
road,
it's an Illinois thing.
yeah. They have some in Missouri. No, they have bananas in Missouri. I live by one.
Yeah,
know what that
I
is.
looked at their website. It
So
looks
we
like it's
call
an
that
Illinois
Midwest. If you haven't heard of it,
Midwest, yeah.
if you haven't heard of it, it is Midwest. You probably haven't heard of White Castles, maybe? I don't know. White Castles are usually like some people know them as
I've heard
crystals.
of White Castle.
We call it
That's Harold and
Hardee's here.
Kumar. We saw Harold and Kumar go there. Yeah.
I have feelings about barbecue though, because I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. So.
What are your feelings on oh what's that shit place? Famous Dave's.
I don't know if I've ever had it.
That might be another Midwest one, but that one's like a big,
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever had it.
it's a big barbecue place. It's I don't know. It's not that good.
Is it Hardee's or White Castle or Hardee's or Carl's Jr. where you're at?
I think it was usually Hardee's. I think it's Hardee's here.
In the Midwest, it's Midwest is definitely Hardee's because that's all it was.
I mean,
near
I'm
me.
in the Southeast now. I think it was Carl's Jr. out west, but
Okay. And
when
then
I was
there's
living there.
Checkers and Rallies. You got Checkers and Rallies
it was
here. It's
Checkers.
Rallies. So for
it
you,
was
it's
Checkers
Checkers.
in Memphis. Yeah.
And then there's everywhere else but St. Louis. It's Panera's. We have St. Louis Bread Company. That's what it's called here.
Yeah,
Panera's.
Panera. Yeah.
And then there's one I always forget one. They change depending on where you're at, but I can't remember now.
I did like St. Louis though. It's a cool city. I've visited multiple times.
St. Louis is nice until midnight, and then it's like you don't want to be in it. It's not good.
Well, it's like Memphis too. You probably don't
Yeah,
want to be out
really, it's
super
anywhere.
late.
I prefer
Yeah.
St. Louis than like L.A. I'll be honest.
I liked LA. Although I prefer Northern California myself, but
My only trip to California was that TwitchCon, and it was all right. It smelled funny the whole time.
it smelled funny because there were massive fires while you were there.
Massive fires and a bunch of sweaty dudes lined up around the Marriott.
True. But yeah, the San Jose TwitchCon was a nightmare because of that. I spent like 4 hours in line trying to get my badges, which was stupid. And yeah, all the fires. Like I think shortly after TwitchCon, we were wearing masks everywhere. So we were just prepping for COVID, you know. But yeah, I used to live up in the Bay Area, so it was like I took the Caltrain down to TwitchCon. It was nice.
I remember I went to LA once. LAX was where you smelled it. That was the main area I think where there was any kind of weird smell, or there was a lot of it didn't seem as clean of air as everyone always said California had.
Oh, see, the problem with LA is LA sits in a valley. So like it comes off the hills that are behind LA, and then you just get the smog that just sits there and just like hangs out. And
I
it's the
I
same way with San Jose. Like I would drive into work and I would come from north of San Jose and drive, like I drove 38 miles to work down to San Jose, and it was like I would come off of the hills from the peninsula, and you would just see like the air would be like this yellow green color, and you would just see like a line of just like nasty air.
That's one thing I will never get over in Arizona, especially where my grandparents stay, which is in Congress, Arizona, which like has a population of one person per every fucking square, every 1,000 square miles or some shit. It was like the air, like you just enjoyed breathing because you come from the Midwest, especially in St. Louis. I'm used to fucking smog and shit, and then I get to Arizona, and it's like, oh my God, I can breathe clean air. And then when you go back, I remember the plane lands and I go to get in my car from the Arizona trip to St. Louis, and we arrive in St. Louis and I go to get in my car. It's just like you said, Marilyn, you can almost see the fucking pollution as you go into St. Louis, and you can just feel it. It's like a heavy weighted vest, and it's just, you can't breathe anymore. You remember humidity sucks.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's something I really miss about California is no humidity. It was beautiful. Also, no pollen. I wasn't allergic to anything out there, and then I came back to the southeast, and it's just like itchy, scratchy, sniffly, gross. And the humidity is terrible. Like I can't walk very far outside because I have asthma. It's just bad. But yeah, California's great, except for the smog. I miss it.
Dude, I remember, even though the air was thin, obviously, but I remember how almost heartbreaking it was going from Colorado to Chicago.
Yeah.
Colorado. Oh, I love Colorado.
We were not we visited Boulder, but we weren't in Boulder. We were even further up the mountains from Boulder in this little hippie town called Nederland, and
Mhm.
it was amazing. We were like, the house was built into the mountain. You were high up, but once you got used to the thin, it was so lovely. And then
My
you go
mom
back
says
home.
my mom says the same thing. She was born and raised in the Colorado Rockies, like in the mountains, and she says there's nothing like it. Like she's lived
It's
in multiple.
beautiful.
It is like, and the air and the people, and it's just like you. She's lived in all sorts of cities and locations, country, city, worked many different jobs. She's just like nothing matches it up there.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It's like I when we drove back from California to where we are now, we went through Colorado, and also Salt Lake City. Don't sleep on Salt Lake City. Despite their alcohol laws, it is a very beautiful city. Like you can't have beer that's over like 3.5%, I think. I
Dude, you
think
should
that's
have
the
seen my
limit.
face when the college campus I went to is the only city within hundreds of miles that stops serving alcohol at 10 p.m. during weekends. That was such a
Yeah.
bummer. I'm like, dude, what? Like, I didn't go to college to party. That just reminded me, like, strict alcohol laws, like weird alcohol laws. Just being told, yeah, your college is the only one in the foreseeable area that cracks down on the sale and what time you can enjoy it and stuff. Such a bummer. I didn't know Seattle had, or did you say Seattle or Salt Lake? I didn't know they had
Salt Lake
such.
City.
I didn't know they had like strict alcohol laws like that.
Well, the center of the city is the Mormon temple, so just
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
those
it's
okay.
Mormons.
actually really interesting, which the Mormon temple is actually really pretty. If you ever visit Salt Lake, definitely go to the Mormon temple regardless of your religious affiliation. It's worth visiting. It's gorgeous. Um, but their city grid is centered around the temple. So like all of their streets are like numbered as of like distance away from the temple. It's it's really interesting how they have that set up.
That is. I didn't even think how
Yeah,
that
if
could
you like look at
influence.
their on like Google Maps, you'll see it's a grid, and like all the streets are numbered, and it's like distance away from how far it is away from the temple.
Fuck, I want to order wings now from like Wingstop, dude.
Dude, I am
Dude, we
like,
got.
I am hate eyeing the bacon being eaten in front of us.
Yeah, Joe, I'm looking at you, man. I'm fucking starving.
It's alright.
dude.
I haven't had bacon in 8 years, so.
Marilyn, I always forget. Are you vegan or just vegetarian?
I'm pescatarian, so I eat
Pescatarian.
fish and cheese and dairy.
Also, you all
and-
about the sushi life then.
That is the main reason I did not go full vegetarian is because I love
Understandable.
sushi.
Very
and poke.
understandable.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sushi roll? Everybody in the chat, what's your favorite sushi roll?
Ooh. For me, it's probably either an eel roll or like the ones that have like cream cheese in it with the salmon. Those are good too. The smoked salmon and cream cheese rolls. Philly roll is usually what they are, I think.
Yeah.
Yes, you can get them deep fried or normal. You can get
Yeah.
where I go, you can get them deep fried, and it's nice, crunchy outside. Yes, sir.
In the southeast, yes, you can get them deep fried. In California, they'll just
well,
laugh
yeah,
at
no.
you.
I would have looked at you like, can you even get it non-deep fried? Like,
Yeah. Now, I will say, what is it? If you ever go to like an actual sushi restaurant, like a real one, and you get like the omakase, I think that's how you pronounce it, where like the chef chooses your selections. Worth it. Worth it. But
I
it's
can't do it
expensive.
because I have a feeling that chef would give me the ones that are 90% cucumber and 1% meat.
No,
and I'm not
no.
doing.
It's always fish. It's always like really good cuts of fish. Like I went to one in
Yeah, but
LA.
even if like the best sushi chef made it, which I wouldn't want to disrespect them, but if it has too much cucumber, I'm turned off.
The one
I'd
I
be
went to had
worried.
no cucumber. It's no cucumber. It was like it's
Okay.
mostly like either just the slabs of fish or it's the fish just on rice because that's what sushi really is the fish that's sitting on the rice with like the oil and vinegar on it.
So
Is
wait,
that
go ahead.
isn't
Go
that
ahead.
just sashimi? Sashimi?
Yeah. Yeah, but that's what sushi is. Like the rolls that they make are very Americanized.
Oh,
Yeah.
I always thought that those were two like totally separate, like
It depends on who you ask, because I know people. If you talk about sushi, even in Japan, they think about the rolls. Some people think about just the little one-serving pieces. Those are technically like Merwin said, rolls are very Americanized. But I know a lot of people that they make sure to distinguish sashimi. It just depends on who you ask. Because like for me, I can't do the sashimi because like I don't know. I need the rice and the unhealthy shit. I'm very honest about that. It's got to taste Americanized, man.
I can't
It's-
do texture, immediate fish texture on my tongue.
It's an
Yeah.
experience. I will say if you go you guys are going to Vegas, right? Like soonish.
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's some sushi restaurant there that does omakase menus.
Try it out. Okay.
Try it. It's probably going to be expensive, but it's worth the experience. 100%.
I'll do it while Dahlia gets. I'll do it. I'll be the test pig.
I know I eat like a 5-year-old, and if I don't like it, I'll sit there and I'll be like, I'm not eating. And it
She'll
would
be like,
crush
yeah.
people.
Dahlia would be upset because I spent the money on it for her. Like that's how that dynamic works. I wouldn't be upset. I wouldn't have cared. She would get upset. She'd be like, you spent all that.
Yeah, the one I went to, it was pretty strict. I think it was in LA. I want to say it was like probably like 50 or 60 bucks a person, and you got like 4 or 5 different servings of sushi. I mean, it's not like a full roll. It's not like 8 pieces. It's probably like 2 to 4 pieces or something. But it's like really good cuts of fish, and they put in the menu. They're like, we will not give you extra sauce, even if you ask. The chef has made this a specific way that should be palatable. Anything else, we will not provide.
I didn't
they-
know that much went into all the fucking sushi stuff.
There's a
I mean, I know it's like a very like like they regard it as a very honorable craft. I know. I just like, damn, I didn't know all that, dude. I just see the rules and eat them, man. I'm very ignorant.
there's a show on Netflix. I think it's called Hero Dreams of Sushi. It's spelled with
Yes,
J,
everyone tells me to
J-I-R-O.
Yeah,
it.
everyone says to
That
watch
will
that
tell you like how much goes into making like actual sushi.
because you have to put like
It's-
the real sushi chefs almost like want to see you because like it's their energy that goes into the food. They want to know who you are, yeah, Joe. They want to see you before they make that sushi. Joe, can you share with the class? No, bro. I'm ordering. You know what? I'm ordering Wingstop.
I'm absolutely gonna just go downstairs and make a whole package of bacon.
Joe, I'm
Sorry,
blaming
normally I eat
Joe.
before the stream, but like you guys were talking about bacon, and I knew I had some, so I had to.
Blaming Joe. Blaming Joe. This is easy. I'm blaming Joe, boys. Oh my God. Well,
I was
do we
gonna say something else too, and I can't
Oh, yeah.
remember. Oh, favorite sushi roll.
Volcano.
There is a
Volcano's good.
there is a roll that's made specially by one specific restaurant around here called a Japanese lasagna roll, and it's
Ooh.
just a California roll, but they take melted cheese and pour it over the top.
See, that sounds like the St. Cardinal
Cheese?
roll. That's what, yes, because I know what he's talking about. Maybe it's regional. In my place, Joe, it's exactly that, but it's called the St. Cardinal roll. It's a California roll with this weird special cheese on top. Yeah, it's hard to explain. It's like savory, smooth cheese, but it's not like gunky and chewy. I can't explain it. It's very
Yeah.
tasty.
It's a soft white cheese and it's melted down. So that it's pretty creamy. Yeah.
Dahlia's turning me into a huge fan of shrimp tempura rolls. I mean,
Oh.
absolute fan. I mean, you can't go wrong with fried shrimp, but like, I never tried it in a roll.
No, that's always going to be my favorite. And I've had some people tell me that like I've had some people try and act like it's a negative thing that my favorite sushi roll is a cooked fish like roll. But honestly, it's like I've never had a single roll that tasted better than a good shrimp tempura roll.
I don't like
I like
people
the
that
fried
gatekeep
rolls.
that. Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
like
I'm
people
not-
that
I-
gatekeep that. Dude, sushi's about the experience and like,
Absolutely.
yeah, it's not about like, oh, you didn't eat raw fish. Fuck that.
I mean, I could like talk about omakase all day long and everything, but let's be real. If I'm going down the street right now, I'm gonna go get like the fried eel roll and shrimp tempura and Philly roll. Like, let's be serious. It's all good.
I'm about to make a manchi roll, man. This little
He's such a baby.
dude.
Although-
It's cause like he doesn't like podcasts are weird to him because I guess he's not used to me talking like, I guess calmly into the mic. He's used to be like
Just
DBD
yelling.
and so yeah.
And probably intermittently too, because like normally you're just talking and talking, like yap yap yap.
Yeah, this is like you'll hear me catch myself. I'll go ahead because I know I'm about to interrupt you. So I'm like, go ahead. You guys are I always say this every podcast. You guys are very patient with me. I appreciate that. I had Dahlia. Just wait until you meet Amanda. I have an interruption problem that runs in my DNA, and then you add on top of that, just I'm loud, so I know that can get pretty jarring. So I appreciate you guys. You know, I try to make sure to let you guys get your shit in, and I don't interrupt. But it's just a bad habit.
I think it's been easier with a smaller crowd this time.
Yeah,
That
like, dude,
helps.
this was cozy. I liked this. I almost want to permanently keep it to a smaller crew. Like, not like it's not certain guests. I'm more like just in general, a smaller crew because it lets us all get our shit in more. It's more fluid. I'm not going, hey, person 8 didn't talk and then 7's got to respond, you know? Because I feel bad if everyone doesn't get their shit in. So yeah, this was a fucking amazing podcast, dude. Too bad it turned into fucking torture with the food talking.
We
Gotta
always
try that
get on
omakase
food.
sushi.
I don't know why we ever like think we're not gonna talk about food and get hungry. Like
That always happens.
every time.
Rotate guests in smaller group. I've actually thought about starting off a just a 1v1 series on top of this. So like do smaller group podcasts, but I've been wanting to do a 1v1 format for a while and just slowly go through every DBD streamer and just, you know, or just any streamer I'm interested in if I can get them on. I want it to be a broad reaching get to know a streamer series, and I think I got to pull the trigger on that. Because I feel like with 1v1s, you can get a lot more out of it. But it depends on if the person's talkative too. And if I got to work on making them feel like they can actually respond to things. Because I kind of steamroll. You know, like when you steamroll and it's just I keep piling on shit, it's kind of hard to respond because I brought up 14 topic points. Dude, my sister, man, I'll be like yapping. You guys think you make fun of me, dude. I'll be yapping and my sister will do this thing. She does it on purpose and I can tell I'm yapping and she just shakes her head. She just... And I'll be talking, she just... And I'm like, okay, I got to wrap this one up. Yeah, this was, I mean, like, we were able to talk. I noticed we all talk to chat more, too, when we do it this way. Because I guess we get more chance to talk.
That's true.
I'm trying to keep it entertaining past, DBD is an easy thing to talk about, and depending on the guests, we can easily keep it going. But that's what I wanted to do today. We didn't talk once about it outside of a joke. I wanted to try to do that to, you know, keep it entertaining outside of DBD, because we all need a break from that every once in a while, even just talking about it.
Plus, it's also kind of like, what are we really going to talk about that we aren't talking about every day anyway?
Right. And I've been kind of off my DBD game. I got my rank 4 back, and I'm like, all right, now I'm just not going to play until the 13th. Cool.
That's kind of, dude.
I'm scared because you guys keep trying to get me to rank 1, but I'm scared to keep playing because I just keep deranking.
Talia, we got 3 days. We can get you to rank 1.
But I also
You just got to touch rank 1, and then you never got to do it again, because it doesn't matter. Red rank is the true, like, hey, I'm a high rank.
Did you not get the glitched achievement for rank 1?
I didn't.
She was
did.
one of the only ones that didn't get it on
I
my
did.
friends list.
So I'm just like, I don't ever have to get it. I already have the achievement because it just glitched that one patch.
That's bogus.
It glitched. I think it did glitch my killer. I think it glitched my killer having it. I didn't get it for Survivor though.
I think I have both, even though I've never been rank 1 on either. I think I have both. Yeah, rank 4 is the highest I've gotten, so.
I hit the Survivor one naturally, but I've never gotten the killer one. I think I've gotten the purple ranks as killer best.
Back when Pipping was playing the game, I got rank 1 killer every season, baby, but killer Pipping is actually fucking hard now. Like, I respect it, because, like, I'll sit there and hover between rank 5 and 4, 4 with 3 pips, 5 with no pips, so purple, red, and I'm stuck. If I play off stream more, I guess maybe it would help, because that's what I used to do, is off stream get myself to rank 1, and then on stream it wouldn't matter. But yeah,
It's a lot of effort.
Yeah. Oh man, well, because it sucks, because you cannot pip, and if you got a 4K, you'll get a 4K in 30 seconds because the team threw, and that punishes you. I think it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, it's the same thing. I don't like how, like, as a survivor, you get, you know, a killer DCs and suddenly you've depipped because someone decided
that
to go
fucked
ahead.
you out of your, like, you had like rank 2 and 2 pips, and then that was the start of your, like, it broke. I could tell it broke your momentum, because after that you started having rough matches again. It kind of, I can tell it kind of got to you.
It's just, it feels, it's that more than anything, stuff like that feels like the main unfair thing in that situation. Because, like, if a survivor DCs against a killer, they probably will lose, like, a chance at adept or something, but they actually get, like, bonus points for a quitter bonus.
Yeah, whenever fellow survivors DC, don't you get like a small little bonus for them leaving, and that's it?
Yeah.
You get an altruism bonus, yeah.
Oh Jesus, not even survival.
But if a killer DCs, just everyone's fucked.
It's interesting looking at the disconnect penalty be in place, and it actually did solve the disconnect problem. And then as soon as it went away, people went right back to the old habits. Even me. Every stream I DC one match. I do it for a meme. I make it very clear. Oh, it's Nurse. Yeet, I'm out. But it's still fucking my team over. It's not good. I shouldn't do that. I'm yelling at myself right now. Like, dude, old habits came. Exo Hammy called it out in the chat. He was like, damn, Old Toast. He goes, Old Toast came out quick when the DC penalty went away. It took 2 matches. I was like, yeet, yeet, yeet.
I'm starting to do it against spirits now.
Dude, first spirit's okay. Second spirit, you're like, fuck, here we go. Tonight's a rough night. That fifth one, okay, I'm done. I'm just done playing. Shoot me in the mouth.
If I ever have a bad time playing Survivor, I will go on and play Killer, and I'll play Hillbilly.
So nice.
Because I can just chainsaw around the map. I'm scared that's going to be gone now after the PTB.
I want to see. I don't know what I never did look into it. Does anyone in chat know his turning add-ons? I've been told all Billy kept was his engravings, which he has 2 of. But if they kept his turning add-ons, you'll be able to still do the. Oh, but the overcharge thing though, the overheat mechanic.
Yep.
There's a reason everywhere on Reddit, Twitter, content creators making their titles Rip Billy to 2016, 2020. I still say Devil's Advocate, Monkey's Paw. It's worth it because I want to see Bubba's just reign supreme. It would just tickle me if Bubba became meta. It would tickle me because who would have thought Freddy would have became meta after his abysmal release, and now Freddy's goddamn OP. So what if just Bubba became the fucking top tier killer?
I don't need any more Tum Tum in my life.
I just don't want Bubba to become as boring as Freddy.
Oh, I saw a clip. Bubba gonna be fun getting chainsawed through 4 people. Did you see that, Joe? That motherfucker said tap, 3 charge, tap, 3 charge, tap, 3 charge.
I was joking about that master challenge being like down all 4 survivors with a single chainsaw use. But he got at least 3 of them.
Dude, it's sick, man.
I'm excited for that. Maybe I'll become a Bubba main.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm upset about Billy, but dude,
The world doesn't need more Tum Tums.
Oh damn, Maryland's
I'll be a
not
fun
having
Tum-Tum.
it.
I'll change how Tum Tums look.
Hell yeah. taller LF. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, I already apparently walk on my tippy toes just like Leatherface, so I might as well date him, apparently.
So I feel like we need to go back to this who wants a stimulus check idea. Dahlia, so let's get back to she ain't gonna let me live that one down because she knows I did that to be a little shit to get her to break. She gonna yell at me. I'm sorry. I'm telling you guys, 4 masks. Who said that? Don't make me bust out the harmonica during awkward silences, all right? I'll do it.
Well, I already know. Maybe here's the thing: would I be playing against you in this game?
You just lost the game.
God damn you!
Would you be playing against me in Who Wants a Stimulus Check? No, I'm the host. I'm the host.
I'll play.
Okay. See? I knew I'd get you guys on board.
I mean, so I'll get the answer right if I have to say for who said that. Is it who said I was a cut?
I don't want to rat him out. I didn't want to throw him under the bus. That guy did it. You see who I'm pointing at? That guy did it.
Why can't we hear what you're saying, Toast?
Secret. Keep
Why are
it
you whispering?
Provost.
Why are you whispering secrets to chat?
Why are you talking about Joe like that?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh man, Wingstop all-in bundle, 16 boneless wings and 6 crispy. No, I got to get fucking bone in, boys. Wings by the piece, 15. Oh man, I need 15 wings. That's happening.
Don't make me get wings. I almost want bacon, but now you're making me want wings.
Blame Joe and his goddamn bacon. I fucking blame him for it, man.
Oh, I got the last piece right here, and it's a big one.
Show it off. Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. I just nutted. I think I nut. I nut.
Oh shit, there was a tiny hidden secret piece underneath it.
Oh,
Do we have boneless pizza spicy? That's called the lasagna.
true.
Or Chicago deep dish. Chicago deep dish is like a kind of a boneless pizza. There's just all sauce.
Or is that bone-in lasagna?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Bone in lasagna though.
So regular lasagna is boneless.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I kind of prefer the bone in.
Deep dish is amazing. I will agree.
Deep dish is good.
I will no. I will admit deep dish is a good pasta sauce bowl. It's not a pizza. Thanks for listening. There's New York style, and then there's everything else, and then deep dish is not even a pizza. Don't at me. It's a known joke. I talk shit about deep dish despite being born in Illinois. I don't know. I don't like deep dish. I'm not a fan of too much sauce. I can't do the amount of sauce. And then people tell me there is deep dish without that much sauce, so now I got to try it.
Every time my mom has ever ordered the classic Giordano's deep dish pizza, I would scrape off all the sauce, and my family would get pissed at me.
Oh my God, Dahlia, we're pissing off Chat and Marilyn and Joe. Like, we're pissing off everybody.
Oh, you're not pissing me off. I'm like, where are you wrong here? I'm
Yeah. Oh,
agreeing
shit.
with everything you're saying.
One of these things is not like the others. One of these things like boneless pizza.
I used to feed bratwurst to my dogs when I was a kid. I still hate bratwurst. I mean, not that I eat meat anyways, but never liked bratwurst.
You would hate me, Marilyn. Dahlia and I, some days we're lazy. We'll just go, want brats? Sure. We'll just cook up 6 brats and chow down for keto. Just straight up, no bun, nothing.
I could never do keto, obviously, because I'm pescatarian.
Well, no, I'm trying to put it into perspective of how gross it is. We don't even have a bun to soak up anything. We're just going straight up meat.
Just fork in the sausage.
Yeah. Yeah. Big,
Hey,
thick, sweaty
it fits
meat.
the keto diet. So. Yeah,
Listen,
I've had friends that do keto that ask me, it's like, oh, you want to do keto? I'm like, I cannot do keto. I would die.
I tell people like it is. I'm like, oh, you want to do keto? Well, then you have to willingly sign up to get rid of 75% of the food you eat, but the 25 that's left is pretty decent. Like, that's all I tell people. You're signing a devil's contract on keto because you'll lose weight guaranteed, and you'll feel that's part of my energy is my body's constantly feeding on fat now. But it's like, you have to sign off on bread, sugar, and most carbs, and you're just like, like I signed up for the keto diet, and then I'm like, but sushi, no, pizza, no. Although they do make keto pizza that's kind of close. Dahlia lives near a place that does it kind of close, but
with like the cheese, they use the cheese as the crust.
No, actually, I called it out. They actually use a low carb wrap. I discovered because I told Dahlia, I'm like, this looks like the low carb wraps I use. So they just use that and cook a pizza on it, so I can make it at home.
Yeah, I just don't think I could do it like as a pescatarian. I think it's like literally impossible to make keto.
See, I feel like if you're in a lifestyle though like that, like vegetarian, pescatarian, vegan,
You would have to be just fish, literally.
Yeah, and actually, a lot of those diets, like if you're a responsible person actually properly following one of those diets, you're actually eating pretty healthy most of the time, I would think.
Here's what kills me. Here's what people make an accurate call out. They're like, eating nothing but meat with the fat, isn't that unhealthy? And I try to put it into perspective of what I used to eat to make it make sense. Do I think eating processed food, because I can't always get butcher cut meat, do I think eating processed food as much as I do healthy? Probably not. But it does let me lose weight. Let me tell you what's not healthy. I was slamming down 4 double cheeseburgers for lunch every day. And I used to eat ice cream every night. And I could polish off a pizza and a half in a sitting on a good day. So it was like, yeah, eating a whole bunch of bacon isn't the best thing in the world for you, but it's damn sure better than what I was eating, calorie-wise and fat-wise, for sure.
At my heaviest, I was eating Taco Bell 3 nights a week.
Yeah. That's way, less healthy than eating, Marilyn, you could do keto. You'd have to stick to veggies that are low in carbs, so like celery and green beans and stuff, and fish.
I hate celery.
Exactly. Like, you would be stuck eating veggies and fish, and cheese. You get cheese, but
I guess I do get cheese. Oh, that would be so hard though.
Yeah, we
Like
struggle.
with
Keto struggles with the
diet,
full
you
meal.
supplement with carbs, so like that's where a lot of the energy comes from, is the carbs.
And a lot of filler, a lot of cheap filler for your meal, like croutons and stuff.
Yeah, like I try to swing more vegetarian and keep fish to like maybe like 2 to 3 days a week or less, but I just keep that in there so I can eat sushi basically.
Oh, well, and on keto and stuff too, that'd be no sushi anyway, because the rice.
Yep. You can do sashimi, and Marilyn does like sashimi, so.
Or you could do like poke bowls, I would guess. Which is you could get it without rice with like the salad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Which, if you haven't had poke bowls,
Now you reminded me of a local pizza place in Southern Illinois University at Carbondale called Gumby's Pizza with Pokey Sticks. And it was literally Gumby and Pokey from the Gumby Show, and they had Gumby Pizza and Pokey Sticks, and they're the greatest ever, man, okay? They were literally called Pokey Sticks.
What were they like? Raw fish?
No, you said Pokey, so I was like, Poke Bowls, Pokey Sticks. Okay, listen, it makes sense in my brain.
I was like, wait, they served pizza and then also like raw fish
I
bowls?
think this is a perfect segue into Who Wants to Win a Stimulus Check. I feel like we...
Are we just gonna title this podcast? This will be like Toasted Coffee Podcast, semicolon, who said that?
Four masks. One guy says it. One of the guys has Corona to spice up the game show a little bit. Who wants to win a stim check? Dude, yeah, spicy. It didn't feel like a Friday until like this last hour we've been talking. Like it finally kicked. They say a lot of the time in conversation you don't get to really truly talk and get down to who you are for like 3 hours. Joe Rogan says that. I noticed that when we stream these podcasts, it's around hour 3 we kind of chill. I noticed, or like we fully get into the flow. Like I'm over here relaxed, moving in my chair before I'm all like, talking like this and like looking at Manchi and trying to be. Like today was the most non-feeling Friday ever. I took a nap. I never take a nap.
We officially moved almost everything out of our old place, and we are turning over the keys tomorrow.
Oh
Nice.
my god,
Congrats
dude!
on the new place.
Thanks.
I bet you're just glad to get it over with. It's done with now. You can actually relax.
Oh yeah.
Now you
Nope.
actually get to enjoy the house.
The one thing I do not enjoy though is that because there is an upstairs and a downstairs, and they're townhouses, like a bunch of units, the air conditioning does not work as well upstairs, so it's a little hot up here.
Oh.
Yep. I live in the middle. I have an upstairs and a downstairs neighbor. And when the upstairs neighbor's AC went out for a week, I felt it because middle rooms require both to work to keep you cooler. And yeah.
I will say the nicest thing about this apartment I live in is that it's very well insulated. So like what do you guys keep your AC at? Like you're all in the Midwest, right?
It literally doesn't matter how insulated or what temperature, that AC stays on 68, and it's been that way my entire life. I like my air conditioners at 68 on low.
Dahlia, what do you keep yours at?
69.
Joe?
I am a 30-year-old, 12-year-old.
We keep it at 69 in the winter. In the summer, we're 71, 72.
Okay, so mine's not too bad. We keep ours 76 during the day.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, no, you can
That's
fuck
hot.
off.
Whoa!
No, it's
Ooh.
not. See, that's
Wow,
the thing. Wait,
must be
wait,
nice
wait.
having fucking thermalated skin.
Hear me out. I am a very like warm-blooded, sweaty person. Like, look at my face. Like, I'm always sweaty. Okay.
So it don't
But-
matter how hot it get.
Did you see my
Yeah.
hair, like a little sweat drops coming down, like just when I went downstairs to get the bacon? Like, come on.
No, but it actually like aside from this room because we have 2 PCs in here, so it gets hot in here. But the rest of the apartment, it's like really well insulated. And 75, like anything less than that, it's cold.
So
So
I
it's
got to
like-
admit, I have amazing insulation, and I could probably turn my AC to 68, let it get cold, and then bump it up. But like, mine's out of pure habit. Like, it's just Dahlia will tell you she's had to change her number a bunch. I'll just go 68, boom. That's just at my job. They had the room temperature controlled at 70, and it bothered me because I had to start the room up, and I would always 68 and get yelled at and go, fuck, 70, because it's temperature controlled. You have to have it there. So I'm with Marilyn, you're normal is what I'm saying. I'm a little weird.
Yeah, like if you have good insulation, 75 is a perfectly normal temperature
I
to
s-
sleep
I
at.
can't
Keep
bet-
it at 76 during the day.
My mom
Oh,
always
so-
said
I just turned it down.
when
Like,
when I lived with my
it's hot
mom
right
did
now,
the
but-
same thing though. My mom, I will say that growing up, I should be used to a temperature like that because my mom kept the house like 75 all the time. And
Yeah.
God help you, by the way, if you were staying home and she went to work because you weren't allowed to touch the thermostat and she had it set to turn off during the workday.
Oh yeah, that's how we have a Nest, and that's how ours is. Except I work from home now, so it just runs all the time because I'm always here. But
That's unfortunately full-time streaming has done one thing. Obviously, the power bill goes up just in general from using the
Yeah.
computer. That AC, I'm perfectly fine putting it up to 80 degrees on Energy Saver when I'm not here, man. She likes it warm. That saves you a ton of energy, and it does get hotter, but at least it's running. But now that I'm here all the time, your boy like it nice and cold. I'm the type of guy, if I am not sleeping with a blanket, it's not cold enough. So if it's wintertime, a nice 60s, 50 degrees, so it's starting to be winter, I will turn the AC on because I need it to be cold for a blanket. I'm bad, man. I'm bad about it. Dahlia will tell you, I'll have her turn a fan on while it's fucking cold because I want it colder.
I'll do the
I
same thing
like
though.
moving air. That's my thing. is
Moving
I
air,
prefer, like, the
yeah,
air.
we can all agree on that. Okay, I'll tell you what I've been getting in a habit of doing since I'm a poor boy and I can't really build a sauna. But I've been after my walks in my car, it'll be like 93 degrees and I just leave it like that. I know that's nasty, so I put a towel on the chair and I'll just drive. It's so gross. I'll just drive home and like sweat. So it's so weird. I love it cold, but lately I've been loving keeping it blazing hot in my car to get a sweat on. I know that's gross, but there's your unneeded fact of today. I mean, and then that way when you get home, you know, it's like you get home and you just sweat all that heat. So now you're in your AC. It feels like a refrigerator.
We went like home for a weekend, and social distance, to be fair. But we went back home and we came home to the apartment and it was on the energy saver, and we have it set at 82 as the energy saver.
Gee, does it ever
Sure.
run? Does it ever run?
It didn't run. I don't think it ran all weekend. And that's the thing, like this apartment's so well insulated, it just got up to 82 and then just sat there. And it just didn't run. Like we like checked the Nest app and it like never turned on. So it was just like stagnant air. It was just like so hot. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. But it's really smart though, because like as soon as you walk in the door, like the Nest is like right by the door, so it sees you and it just like turns the AC on. It's
Well,
fancy.
hopefully it would see me and turn that shit down to 70, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, it turned it to 75 because you know we're crazy
yeah.
and put it at 75. But
Baby Bear, that's partially why I got bronchitis when I got it from Dahlia, because Dahlia and her kids just got sick for a couple days. Your boy got the bronchitis because when I got the sickness, I went home and walked in February, freezing. You guys, there's a selfie on my Instagram. I took it with my sunglasses on and my winter gear because it was snowing so hard, and I'm out there walking, loving it. Yeah, of course I caught bronchitis.
You're so shocked, wondering, I don't know why it's not healing yet. Why isn't it getting better?
My favorite was when you saw my video message and it's me with my coat opened in the middle of February. It was like 20 degrees and my coat's open and you're like, well, no wonder you got sick. It's fucking blasting your chest at 20 degrees.
it's like if you go skiing in the South, which would be North Carolina technically, where it's like you go up on the mountain, but it's still like 40 degrees, but you're in like all of your like puffy ass gear.
Yeah.
So you just like open all the zippers and everything, and just like it's so damn hot.
Dude, the opposite in Arizona, that dry heat thing is a real thing because the moment the sun's gone, it's fucking cold. Like,
That's so in California too.
yeah, I remember it was 89 degrees and we're on four-wheelers, mountain biking. We're riding through mountains to get to the, oh man, this is my favorite memory of Arizona. Me, my dad, and my uncle and aunt, we squat up, and it's us on four-wheelers at 6 a.m. in the Arizona mountains. Sun's just peeking over the mountains, man. And we're riding through the mountains, and there's this little town that has one diner and one gas station in the middle of this mountain stuff. And the diner had the best biscuits and gravy I've ever had in my life. And that is my fondest memory, is four-wheeling with my family through mountains for an hour to get to this town. But it was 89 degrees, and we were wearing winter coats because of the wind and the lack of sun. Like, that's how fucking, like, even though it's 89 degrees, it feels like 60 in Arizona because you're in the mountains, elevation, no sun with the shadow. Yeah, there's no humidity.
So I worked in like San Jose when I lived out in California, and it would be like 105 degrees, and for my lunch I would go like take walks. And they're like, "Oh my god, you're so crazy." I'm like, "I just came from Tennessee where if it's
Yeah.
92, you're like dying and can't breathe. So like
Yeah.
105, just like this feels wonderful.
Well, like I said, like I'm going from Arizona where it was 105 degrees one day, but it's such a dry, oh man, you can breathe the air and feel it. And then you go to St.
Yeah.
Louis, it's 80 degrees, but it feels like 100 and you're sweating the moment you get in because it's all thick and smoggy.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii like the first year I moved to California, and that was like my first experience back in humidity after being in like the dry California air, and I was just like, I can't breathe. It's paradise, but so humid.
Dude, I remember thinking it was hysterical though, because I remember the one time I went to California, I went in like late September as like a belated birthday thing, and I was coming from Chicago in September. So I showed up and it's like 68, 72, and I'm walking around in a sundress.
Yeah.
I'm putting on sunscreen. People are like,
Everyone
aren't
else is
you
like
freezing?
beanies and like and a sweater and everything.
Exactly. Like, it's so cold. I'm like, do I need to like tattoo I'm from Chicago on my back? Like, what? Because
But
the
what's
moment
really funny is you should go to San Francisco in like July, and it's seriously like in San Francisco, it's like 58 degrees in July, like middle of the day, like 60-ish in July.
hell?
Like I worked in San Jose where it would be like 105 in July. I would bring a hoodie in my car because if Josh, my boyfriend, he worked in San Francisco, if he wanted to go get dinner after work, I would have to keep a hoodie on hand because if I went up there and I'm in short sleeves because I was in San Jose, it's cold. So I'd have to bring a hoodie so that I wouldn't freeze. And that's like 60 miles apart.
That reminds me how bad I fucked up when I only went to Chicago once in my life, but it was for a brawl tournament, Smash Brothers Brawl. And I went there and it was in the middle of January and I was 17, so I had no sense. And I drove up there with three buddies, or I was 18, and I drove up there with three buddies and I brought a hoodie in the middle of January in Chicago.
Oops.
I think I probably permanently damaged some nerves on my nips or some shit because, man, it was cold.
I went to
Man.
PAX East in Boston in early March, and I came from California. I was very unprepared for Boston in early March. It snowed while I was there.
Oh, no, no, no.
I had like so I think I wore a long sleeve shirt, two hoodies, and like a raincoat because that was like the thickest coat I owned. And I like had it like zipped all the way up to here. And of course we took like public transit everywhere and walked otherwise. And then the people I went with, they were like, "We're not gonna pay for an Uber." And I'm like, "Fuck you guys, I'm paying for the Uber. We're
Oh,
not
fuck.
gonna walk here."
I will never go on a vacation without a rental car or an Uber plan. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm with you. That's some ignorant shit. If you want to walk 10 minutes to a place when you're visiting or vacationing, yeah, but like I hate when groups are like, "Let's walk an hour to save money." Like, no, we're not doing
Not
that.
in like I think the lowest it got was like 10. Like I'm just like, I can't do 10 and walk. I'm sorry. It's not happening. I was like, I
Dude,
will pay for this Uber. Just get
that
in the
was
car.
surreal. That was so surreal when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out and I was streaming it. Very random, but it connects. Cuz it got to -4 here in the Midwest. There was like one of the polar zones moved that year too. It was in 2019 January. In St. Louis, we got to -4 Fahrenheit. And I remember I even told chat, I'm going to take an AFK outside to see what this feels like. I regret that. I stepped outside to just get some air. In my hand, I could just feel it tightening up. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not saying I got fucking frostbite right away, but I could tell I was going to damage myself if I stayed out there without gloves. I'm just like, what the actual fuck? I've never experienced
Are
cold
you
like.
push to talk?
Oh my god,
Yeah,
I'm
we
talking to
can't
chat
hear
at
it.
this point. I'm
Yeah,
talking to chat at this
we can't
point.
hear you. We're just like,
But
yeah.
I had never experienced cold like that though. It was -4 just without gloves. And I remember I wasn't getting like frostbite, but like you could just feel your hand like tightening up. And I remember going, this isn't good. Like I went back inside like, let's not do that again.
Yeah, I think the coldest I've ever experienced was single digits. Like in Memphis, we got some like pretty bad cold snaps where it was single digits or like ice. Like we never got snow, we got ice. I would still have to go to work and try to drive and park my car in
I think
ice.
I think it was last year where it hit -30 over in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't
Never,
envy.
yeah, I've never experienced negatives that I know of. I think, yeah, I've done single digits, but never negatives.
I despise Illinois winter.
Yeah.
We only got to -4, but that was enough for me. That was a negative enough.
Yeah, during that winter, I think California hit like 32, maybe.
Ah,
Just rub it in. That's cool.
Actually, I wasn't still there during that. I was already in the southeast by then, so we probably hit like probably around the same 30s.
it's not fair.
Well, I'm wrapping this podcast up because you know it's not fair. My fucking stomach's yelling at me because of all the food talk. Damn it.
Dude, my stomach is like
Yeah.
audibly growling.
Oh yeah, dude. My stomach's hangry, dude. I'm getting grouchy over here, looking at Manchi, licking my lips, like, look at that fucking. He's got 2 legs I can put over the fire with. Oh, he just ran away from me. I'm not serious.
See, guys, what is it with toasted legs? First mine, now Manchies. My God.
All the cooking of legs.
That's where all the meat lies. But
And
no,
chicken
real talk. Are any of you guys streaming? I was gonna let Auto Host take care of it if any of you guys weren't streaming. Were you gonna stream
I'm
after this? Now you're gonna do movie night still?
Yeah, I was gonna do a movie night, but that's like the extent of it.
So we can end this. You don't have to go start up if you don't want. I can just host you after this ends, and you can get started whenever. Or if you want to go start now, you can. If you want to get it set up while we do the outros.
Sure, I can get it set up.
All right, chat. I'm gonna link these 3 beautiful people's Twitch chats, and you're gonna give them a follow, and you're gonna check them out. I want to thank you guys for joining us for 4 hours. Sorry about starting late, and sorry for you guys keeping you waiting in here. This was fun. I needed this after the long break from the podcast. This was fun. I want to do this again more regularly. Thanks for all the conversation. Let me interrupt you. Thanks for letting me get my shit in. Thanks for you guys speaking up and talking. Chat, thanks for your participation, going along with what we were all talking about. Every time we do these, I'm always reminded how good they are for me. Like, finally got to talk to people. Dahlia and I are sick of each other at some days. You know, like me and Dahlia love talking to each other, but I imagine it's nice talking to some other voices.
I wasn't done talking to you.
Well, new phone, who dis? All right. All right. Tell chat about yourself, Dahlia. I'll say she's an amazing streamer. She's going to be hosting a movie night. So we're going to let her get her channel started, and I'll let her go now.
Hi guys, I'm Black Dahlia 42. I stream as attemptingly consistent as possible. I stream a lot of random horror stuff, and I love to do movie nights, which tonight we are watching Anaconda.
Ooh, let's go. Go get it set up. We got you. I'll give you a
I'll
host.
see you guys there.
See you in a bit. Go check her out, chat. She plays DVD, horror games, variety. She does it all. My camera just moved. Go check her out, chat. She's an amazing person. She'll talk your ear off about anything horror related, anything related. Just give her a shout, talk to her. We'll be doing a movie night. We're watching Anaconda, she said. So we're going to be hosting her after this. Stick around. Now, Marilyn, you're next up on the screen. It's apparently you're Black Dahlia. Let's get you. Let's get you your outro, and I want to thank you again for joining us, Marilyn. So get your outro, and I'll shout you out.
I'm Marilyn. I stream a variety of things. Tomorrow, I think the plan is to stream more of The Last of Us 2, which will not be me playing. It will be my boyfriend while I sit on the couch and drink alcohol. But it's sure to be a good time. And then Sunday will be some Don't Starve together. So come hang out. It'll be fun.
You heard her, chat. She's awesome. Always joining us for these podcasts. She deals with my loud ass, and she's awesome company. Thank you. She's an amazing streamer. Go give Marilyn a shot. Follow her. Give her a shot, boys. Marilyn, thank you. You don't have to leave, though, Marilyn. That was just Dahlia, because Joe, you're next, and then we'll all get out of here. Joe, shout yourself out, man.
What's up, guys? I'm Joe, Wizrobe Joe. I stream sometimes, maybe, never. I'll probably
When he
stream
does
again.
do it, it's awesome. When he does do it, he's busy, but when he does do it, it's awesome.
I'll probably just play like Zelda or Hollow Knight or something, but I'll talk. Or I'll play something new. Who knows? If there's a couple of things you've learned from this podcast, it is keep your genitals to yourself unless you have consent.
Informed consent at that.
Informed consent. Wear a mask. Stay informed. And who said it?
Also,
Four masks.
register to vote and vote.
Yeah, register to vote. Doesn't even matter what side, but like, don't complain if you don't vote. I always say that. Don't complain if you don't vote. Go vote.
Go vote.
All right,
I don't care.
guys.
Vote.
Wizrobe's awesome, full of laughs. One of my best friends on Twitch. He knows that. I love the man to death. Give him a follow. Great humor, great guy. And that's all we got. We're going to wave at you awkwardly as we host Black Dahlia. I'm Toast. That's Joe. That's Merowyn. Dahlia just left. And we'll be back Monday for Survive with Subs. Until next time, guys, we love you, and we'll see you later. Bye. Okay, this is where we awkwardly just wave.